Yeah, we had a little technical difficulty of some sort. I had to get off and got back on, and then I guess I must have screwed it up. But yeah, we back. We just jumping right back into things. We're not going to repeat everything that we just said. So I guess you'll be jetting over to this second stream if you listening to this after, and if you are listening to this live, then welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome
We'll
back.
move straight into Pancho.
So yeah, P, what you got?
I got a bunch of different stuff. It's been like 3 weeks, so
Right.
there's a lot of stuff I got. I got the Revoltech Spider-Man, really love it. I got heavy into figure eyes stuff again. I got the aura effects finally. I got the blue and the yellow aura effect.
You know what? I want to get those, man. That seems like those are better than the actual
Tamashi
joints. Yeah.
You know what it is? I think it works best when used in tandem with the Tamashi effects. It's really great layering piece. I think you get that with the Tamashi aura and then the Tamashi waves. You're set, man. And then throw in some like ground impacts. Oh my god, beautiful beauty. I got that. I got while we were at Toy Fair, I saw the Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, and then I bit the bullet and bought those. I imported those along with Frieza in his spaceship, which is part of the vehicle line. So I'm pretty stoked about that. What else did I get? I got that Joker as well. The SH Figure Arts Joker. I haven't had time to mess with him.
How about to actually did you open it?
Yeah, no, not yet. But I did notice that his face, the alternate face they put on him is so odd. What an odd choice, man. Like there's no Joker out right now. No Suicide Squad Joker that comes with like a straight up like extra face that makes sense. It's almost like there was like a bid war. Like they laid out like 6 different alternate faces and they got all the companies together and like, all right, well, you guys can only pick one. Nobody can overlap. So you can't have a screaming face while he's looking mad. Maybe we'll take the screaming face, but he can't have angry eyebrows. He's just got to be looking kind of fucking disdained or something. Because like I don't know, it's so weird.
Well, I think Mayfexes make sense because what's going on with Mayfex is that they're pretty much trying to make you buy all of their shit.
Yeah,
that's why certain heads come with certain figures.
Makes sense.
Oddly enough.
Yeah.
So I mean, you'll be able to mix and match them the way that you're supposed to actually have them if you pick up all of their shit.
Exactly.
But I don't know what figure arts was doing.
Yeah, moving forward, I'm excited to get all the heads. It's just like just the idea of like I have to invest in every single one of these figures to get a robust set of alternate faces. It's just odd to me. It's especially when I'm so used to Dragon Ball SH figure arts. Like like Super Saiyan Trunks came with like fucking 8 faces. So like right. I mean, maybe that's just me personally, but like this is like their new era of, especially with real people. I can see the process is probably different with real people versus anime and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean that's crazy.
Yeah, apples and oranges, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't gotten a chance to like open him up and really mess with him, so I'll save my opinions for that. But off the cuff,
you know what it is, man. With that figure, sorry to cut you off, but
no, go ahead.
The sculpt of the figure is weird. Like, in the movie, Jared Leto, is it Leto or Leto? I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Leto.
All right, Jared Leto was like Slim Diesel, like he was slim, but you could tell he was in good shape.
Yeah.
And the figure makes it look like he's like got a pot belly and like funny hips. Like, I don't know, the midsection looks a little weird. Also, the neck is like mad long too. I don't know, man. It's just a weird looking figure, man. I like little things about it, like the jewelry, the rings and the bracelets and stuff. You can take them off. But the tattoos look like shit, and just the paintwork on the face and the hands overall just looks kind of shitty, man. So it's disappointing, man.
I think that whole Joker was disappointing.
Well, yeah, that too. I mean, that doesn't help either. That the portrayal of Joker from this guy was really stupid too. So that doesn't help.
Kind of feel bad for the guy. I mean, I know he's fucking like rich and famous and is a front man of a rock band, but he kind of got stuck with the short end of the stick here.
How you figure that? It's on him to provide us with a good performance.
Well, I mean, there's the whole
but okay, just to cut in really quick though. Just to cut in really quick, I'm very much so a proponent of the house is only as strong as its foundation, and to be frank, the DCEU has like one of the worst foundations in film history, straight up. Like
Yeah.
I did not enjoy Man of Steel whatsoever, and to build an entire universe based on that film, it was a mistake, straight up.
But if we're talking straight Leto, by all accounts, the guy like put his ass into the role, and he's.
But even if that was the case, though, it's like the universe that he's having to do said performance in is so utterly trash that it wouldn't have mattered how good of a performance it is. Like
I don't think it was a good performance anyway. I mean, it wasn't.
Exactly.
It was weird. It was like it wasn't. There was no. The Joker's genuinely like
they misinterpreted.
Guy, but this guy was like insane. Like there was no rhyme or reason to anything that he was doing. It was fucking neurotic. It was just stupid.
Hot Topic Joker, dude. Through and through. Hot Topic
Joker. So Joker, does he? I mean, he has his moments where there is no rhyme or reason to why he does it.
Yeah, but still, even with that said, though, like yo, look at this guy.
The relationship with Harley, for instance, it's like they misinterpreted the character. There's a difference between reimagining the character and misinterpreting it, and they got the latter, unfortunately.
He was just doing shit strictly for Harley. No, he doesn't do that.
You guys gotta realize is the way the movie was cut in the end completely did everything a disservice. Like maybe the way that he played it was, how he read it in the script and how it was directed to him ended up being completely different than how it was edited, because it's famously known now that the company that edited the trailer with Bohemian Rhapsody, they were given the actual final edit on the whole movie. Basically, the studio was like, "Oh man, that trailer was great. We don't like these other like edits of the movie that the regular editors did. Let's just give it to this trailer company so they can make like a trendy movie." And that's why, from what I hear, I actually haven't seen the movie, but from what I hear, that's why the Harley romance.
Whoa! You didn't see the movie?
I didn't care for it.
Come on, bro.
But I do a lot of I study film and I'm interested in that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you need to see it so you can know that it's shit.
Originally, was a lot more abusive, like the way it's more famously portrayed in the comics. But they kind of did this more puppy dog romance thing to it when it comes down to the final edit.
Yeah, and that was what ruined the character.
Definitely. But yeah,
I don't know. I don't think you can. I don't think you can really ruin the characters for me. I mean, I think I've invested enough time in Batman or in the DC universe, period, that I mean, you can give me any interpretation that you want to, and I can always either accept it or dismiss it. It's not going to ruin anything for me at all.
I'm with you, Pharaoh.
I mean, I think Marvel does it all the time with their characters, and I mean,
nobody says
people don't complain.
But you got to see how giving the final edit to a trailer company kind of puts things in flux as well.
It was seriously mishandled, but at the same time, as a filmmaker and as someone that is supposed to be bringing these characters to life, granted in his vision, David Ayer did not do a good job.
And I think it's one of those things too that when Marvel makes these mistakes, you're always kind of like, well, everything else is the shit, so it's all right. And
I absolutely agree that there's somewhat of a bias against DC because of the foundation that it's built upon. And granted, like Marvel's foundation is much more solid because they took the time that they needed to actually take in order to give us what we have now. Whereas DC is definitely been shoehorned, and it feels rushed. Every single time I walk into a DC film, I'm like, wow, this feels really rushed. And it's not. People know natural progression in film. They can feel it. They can feel if it's lacking an organic component. But every single time I go into a DC film, it's just not super enjoyable. It's really not.
No, I agree, and I think that one of the most like major things about what they're doing over there is I think that no one wants to actually take the chance and make a true fantasy film.
Yeah,
that's what I really think. I mean, like with Disney and said, fuck it, if we're going to do Marvel movies, we're just going to do it. I mean, hell, let's have Iron Man suit transform from a suitcase to a suit.
Exactly.
Fuck, if it can really happen, it's cool. And that's the shit that they do in the comics, so we're just going to do it. And I think that Warner Brothers has a hard time getting away from what they call realism.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. They're always talking about, oh, this has to be grounded within reality. Let's take the Nolan approach, even though we don't have Nolan on board anymore. And it's like, it worked for Nolan because everything that encompassed the Dark Knight universe was built strong, first of all, and it was rooted in reality, and it was incredibly grounded from the beginning to the end. Whereas you have characters in the current DCEU that are magical. I mean, we're going to have Shazam. How are they going to rationalize making that more grounded?
Right.
So it's a clusterfuck.
I agree with you. I agree with you like wholeheartedly, man. I don't understand how you just start off taking fantasy characters and say we're going to ground them in reality. Like I just, but
yo, John, did you get anything this week? I want to kind of keep us on.
Oh
track.
yeah, for sure. I got the Yamaguchi Spider-Man. The Spider-Man's fucking amazing. Definitely my favorite version of him. Not gonna front.
What?
Yeah, I really like this Revoltech Spider-Man.
Oh, I'm sitting here messing with him right this moment. Actually, I still haven't put the figure.
It's so much fun. It's like
it's fun.
It reminds me of when when I first got the superposable one. It's the same feeling, but I enjoy this one much more because I'm able to get him into like really insane dynamic poses. And granted, it doesn't look great when it's vanilla, but at the same time, it's like it's not a vanilla pose figure. It's supposed to be posed around. So
you know what it is too. Part of the fun of this figure is trying to get it in those dynamic poses and really trying to hide the joints and make it look aesthetically too. That's part of the fun of the figure, in my personal opinion. I think that's part of the fun factor too, though.
Absolutely,
hitting it from certain angles and be like, "Wow, this looks as good as a legend aesthetically." Like
I just like the fact that you could put him in any pose that I've ever seen him in comic or film or cartoon at all, man.
Exactly.
Like
that's what makes it so appealing to me, because there's literally no limitations to the imagination with this figure. You can do anything with it.
And just like I was talking about with Gladiator a little while ago, once this Venom figure comes out, man, people going to kind of backtrack to get to Spider-Man that passed up.
Oh yeah.
Especially when
Spider-Man's going to be like 150.
When Spider-Gwen comes out too.
Yeah, let's say Spider-Gwen is going to be the pushover.
Same thing. Yep.
People are going to pay a hefty price for Wolverine. Watch.
Yeah, that too.
When that Wolverine drops, oh man.
From what I've seen so far of the images of Spider-Gwen, she looks like she's going to be one of the figures from the line that will look good vanilla too. Like it looks like they try to streamline her a bit more than Spider-Man. So it looks like they're working on it. They really trying to make these look good in any pose, basically. So
absolutely, that sculpt is beautiful, and I really feel as though that like anyone that is trying to do any sort of displays that are Marvel versus Capcom oriented, like this Spider-Man is a must get straight up. He does
got some visual aids going for you here.
Thank you.
I don't know what's going on with my screen sharing abilities here, but we're gonna have to get this situated because I definitely want us to go over some pictures from the group over the past few weeks towards the end of the cast. But I don't know what's going on with my shit.
Yeah, this is the hashtag PTY that I think Slings put together, so you basically challenged everybody in PNP to pull off some poses.
So while you guys take a look at that stuff, I'm gonna put Fabio's screen on, and we want to talk about Toy Fair 2017.
Oh well, Rick, what did Rick get?
Oh my bad, Rick. Go ahead. What'd you get, Rick? Sorry, man.
I fucking completely spaced too. It's been so long since we did a show that I was able to be like one of the first guys with the X-Men wave, and now one of the guys that doesn't matter because everybody has it. When I found it, I had a little bit of drama with a guy, and I had to split the case with that son of a bitch. And to this day, I still don't have a Colossus, and I had the entire wave in front of me. I have a headless Warlock and no bearded Russian Colossus.
Has anybody been having any quality control issues with this wave? I got one of my arms on Warlock that is like broken at the elbow bend straight out of the package. It was like
I did that shit on purpose.
What do you mean you did it on purpose? Oh, when you sent it to me, I'm slow.
No, I actually had QC issues with the Guardians of the Galaxy wave. My Star-Lord's foot broke off out of package, and actually Josh Chaney had the exact same break, but on the
you know what? You know who else had an issue? Yo, you coming in with mad retarded noises. What are you doing over there?
Christ.
Fucking Emiya, man. But Logan Stark, I had sent him actually a Nova, I think a Darkhawk, and the Nova foot broke off right out of the package, so I gotta send him another one actually. So
Yeah, that's the price of getting these waves out so quick next to each other.
true.
Yeah, I wish that they would take a little bit more time.
I had the only QC issue I had is like the stupidest QC issue you'll ever hear. Out of the box, my Dazzler's necklace was broken.
Wait, you're
Really?
Yeah,
What
as,
necklace?
as stupid as that sounds.
Dazzler.
I pulled off the head. Fucking the thing just came out snapped. It looked really weird and dangly, so I was like, "Oh, let me pull off the head and take it off." And when I pulled off the head, it was like in two pieces, and I was just like, "Well, wow, that's a necklace." And
I don't think I have too many QC issues with Legends. I think the Warlocks, the arms were a little loose. I think I don't know, it's something with that. I think that the limbs at the bottoms are just too heavy.
Yeah.
For the size of the
there's
actual
Customs just
belts.
chimed in the chat. His Warlock has the wrong arm or the wrong hand on the arm.
my
That's
only problem
terrible.
with my Warlock has been that the left leg at the thigh is very loose. Everything else has been thankfully so far fine. Not to knock on wood, wake up tomorrow and it's broken in pieces, but everything from that wave has been pretty cool. Yeah, I know that when I was buying Logan, like one of them had a huge fucking gray splotch on its face, so I hope that that's not a common problem with people.
His left eye is a problem. A lot of people have
his left eye.
a lot of people have something wrong with the left eye.
I'm glad I lucked out and was able to find the case before and looked through both. Aside from Legends, as great as those were, I got the Revoltech Spider-Man like everybody else, and it's the tits. It's
Yeah.
great. It's nothing short of fantastic. I got the SHF Gohan, battle damaged father son, cell fight, you name it, call it what you will, I got it. A WWE, I got the Shinsuke just like Fabio, and I got a AJ Styles. There we go. It's WWE life here. And what else did I get? Aside from that, I don't think I bought anything else. I've kept it pretty light. I got some things coming up, so I've been keeping it pretty low key. Oh, yesterday I went into my Goodwill and I found like 3 random Legends for $2 in the box, so I just bought those. They're not impressive Legends. I'm not about to stun on y'all. I'm not about to pull out like a bunch of Deadpools. It was a machine.
Banshee.
It was a Machine Man and two Hawkeyes.
Honestly,
seemed like
you can have enough of that Hawkeye. If you are like a customizer, like that Hawkeye can easily, get customized and function as a classic one.
Yeah, they were listed at $4 a piece, and I didn't know it was 50% off day. So when they rung it up, it was like $6 total, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
That's not bad.
That's pretty good. I never see that stuff from Target end up at Goodwill before, so that was nice. And shit, yeah, I think it was all I bought.
Oh, I bought this Starlord for $11 at Walgreens today.
Oh yeah, everybody at Walgreens 40% off right now on Legends. Go buy them if you see them.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't tripping out too hard when my Starlord broke, because we're gonna get that same Starlord like 2 or 3 more times, in the 2-pack with Ego, and then the long coat version for the Mantis wave.
God, man, and it's like no matter what they do, they cannot convince me to buy a movie figure. They really can't.
I only bought it for the comic. I mean, because he looks something like this in the comic. That's why I wouldn't put the coat on him and shit. But I really don't care for him as a movie.
I mean, aren't we getting like a quote unquote comic version of him in the next Guardians like wave or whatever?
I don't know, but if we are,
it's literally the exact same thing, but it's the comic version. So it's like the hair looks more comical, but everything else is the same. It's very weird.
I thought it was the smirking face. It was the same like Chris Pratt though.
If I'm not mistaken, it is indeed a comic version. It's just that it looks so much like Chris Pratt because the comics are always trying to make them look like the actors in the films now.
How's the red match on the arms?
Isn't there some pictures out there somewhere? You said what?
How does the red match on the coat and the arms on that?
Shit looks fine. It's nothing really. I don't have.
Coats and arms. Has anyone done that Old Man Logan and Cyclops swap where they take the coat and the arms off of the Old Man Logan and then put it on the actual Cyclops figure?
You know what? I haven't, because I haven't figured out a way to crack the torso.
Yeah.
When I figure out a way to actually crack it open, and it can't be too hard because Dave did it. So I mean,
no shots.
No, I'm just saying, Dave. I don't know Dave as being a customizer, so if he went ahead and did it, I'm pretty sure it could be done quite easily.
Because I'm thinking about getting like two Cyclops and 2 Old Man Logans just for that.
We got off topic again. Rick, you got anything else?
No, that was all I got.
All right, cool.
That was it.
So let's talk a little toy fair. What company do we want to start with?
Let's just do Legends first.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, we're on the subject, right? Well, like I said, you're telling me it's a comic Star-Lord, but that Mantis wave is gonna have, finally an articulated Rocket Raccoon, which people are waiting for.
A little too late, huh?
Yeah. What else? I mean, the Mantis is the Build-A-Figure, which is kind of disappointing because they've said no more small Build-A-Figures.
You know what's funny too? I guess we could give y'all some kind of inside stuff from Toy Fair that's not going to show up on camera and shit. But just so you guys know how the whole Hasbro shit breaks down. Basically, what they do is, first of all, I want to say big thanks to Jesse Falcon too, because every year he's the person that kind of like pushes it through for me to go. Basically, I mean, I do have a direct connection to the PR people that do the Hasbro event every year, but also every year as a backup, I usually hit Jesse up directly and say, hey, just make sure I'm good. And usually they're very like restrictive about you getting in with like a teammate. Basically, it'll just be you. If they give you the okay to go, it'll just be one person. And so this year it was getting like really close, literally the day before, and I hadn't gotten a confirmation. So I hit up Jesse, and he told me to send him me and MP's information or whatever. And he would see what he could do or whatever. And then he hit me back and he was like, I gave him my information, P's information, and he was like, you guys are all set or whatever. But it wasn't like, yo, I understand he's a busy guy and I don't be wanting to really press him and shit. So he's like one of those people that I'll just be like, yeah, it's good, but not like give you all the information and shit. And you like, and I feel like stupid, like asking him for more shit. Like you didn't give me the address and shit though. like what are you doing? So I didn't say shit. But the next day, the PR lady hit me up, and she was like, "You and Pancho are good," and gave us our RSVP information or whatever. And I had never told her about Pancho. I had only put in information for me. So that's how I knew that Jesse had pushed everything through and got us in. So that was one. And this year at the Hasbro event, they let in a lot less people. Probably half the people that were there last year were not here this year. It was a very small group that they let in. So I mean, the regulars that was there: Toy Arc, Foosh, Marvelous, and Toy News Eye is the same thing. If you didn't know that, that's all run by Jay over at JC. So that's the same person. If you didn't know that, and basically each year Jay will fly out Shartimus to help him out, and he's got another dude, the Ultimate Toy Collector dude, that will work with him as well too. So again, just more inside shit, so you could kind of understand, like the people that run some of the major sites, they will enlist the help of somebody else to help them cover the event, basically. So, and then it was me and P for A.C.B.A. basically, and what they do is they bring you into Hasbro has a separate event that is outside of the Javits Center in a building near Times Square somewhere, and they basically do a huge presentation. They have all of the brand representatives sit you in this auditorium, and they do a presentation from all of the products from Hasbro. They'll do what they do first, P, Transformers. Was it Transformers first?
Yeah, they opened up with Transformers, then they segued into Marvel Legends, then they lost me for about half an hour with My Little Pony.
Yes.
And then they bookended with Star Wars, I believe.
Right. So they do that. They do the whole presentation, and basically, while they were doing the presentation, all of that minute by minute information that you were getting from P was when we were in that presentation, basically. So as they were showing shit on the screen and showing what the figures would be, then P was tweeting it or whatever the fuck he was doing over there, putting it on Facebook, right? You was putting it on Facebook.
I was putting it on Facebook.
All right. So then after that, then they allow us to break off into groups to go down to the showroom to actually look at the product and photograph for the product. And that's what it was. So we spent a long amount of time, longer than usual, in the showroom photographing the product. And then we went over back into the auditorium to do interviews. And this is where we fucked up because basically we didn't get a Hasbro interview of our own, because usually what they do is they'll give you a certain amount of time with each brand again, like they did from the beginning. They'll give you a little bit of time with Star Wars, and then you'll rotate. They'll give you time with Marvel Legends, and then you'll rotate, and then they'll give you your time with Transformers. But I saw that Shardamus and Jay and Ultimate Toy Collector dude, Blake is his name actually, were going over to Legends first, and I didn't want to interview with those dudes. I didn't want them to be asking questions in our session. I wanted us to totally command the session, so I told P, let's fall back and let's go to Star Wars first. And they ended up not rotating at all. So if you look at Shardamus's video, he's got a funny part in his video where I come up at the end and I'm like, oh, what happened to us rotating? That was literally at the moment that shit was closing down, and that's
one of the greatest clips in YouTube history. I
Yeah.
thought we was rotating.
That was that was like some real live shit right there. But we basically didn't get a chance to interview with Hasbro. But the reason I was saying this is because what I started to say was that I actually got to chop it up with Jesse. 1 second, I'm coming. I got to chop it up with Jesse for like a good 20 minutes while we were in the showroom, and was just talking with him on a one-on-one anyway before we went into the interview room. So I did get like a little miniature interview, but it just wasn't on camera. So some of the shit that he said, getting back to what you guys just initially said about the Mantis Build-A-Figure, was that he does not like small Build-A-Figures. He's not a fan of any of that shit, but that they had to do that for the movie, obviously. And me and him was chopping it up for a long time about what he was asking me specifically what I'd like to see as a Build-A-Figure for the X-Men waves, and you know, I was naming certain shit. He was like, nah, too small. That's not a Build-A-Figure. It could fit in a package. Like, he's literally not a fan of some shit that could fit in the package. He wants, you know, to bring it back to that old Toy Biz days of big Build-A-Figures, basically. So yeah, I said all of that to say that, and I'll be right back.
I mean, if we're able to get to an era of Hasbro where they're giving us like Sentinel-sized Build-A-Figures again, that would be brilliant.
The best.
Well, I went ahead and pulled everything up here, some of the images and stuff, so we can go ahead and just talk about these.
All right, well, let's start with that image that you just showed of the A-Force right there. That's the reason why we got that Dazzler in the X-Men wave, 100%. Because in the comic books, that's the look that Dazzler was sporting for A-Force.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so that's pretty much why.
It's pretty cool. I mean, I'm happy to have this Lady Sif right here.
Heck yes. There have been so many people that have been wanting a Monica Rambeau to a proper redo of She-Hulk, because that previous one you could not pose straight up.
You know, question for Pancho, because he was there. I don't really understand what happened. Some people claim like that there's a Squirrel Girl in this box set. Some people claim that it's separate. What is the deal, Pancho? What's the inside scoop?
I didn't. You know, to be honest, I didn't see a fucking Squirrel Girl at all.
I think that someone just missed that, honestly.
Man,
I just don't know. We were, like Boog was saying, like we were there for a long time. We were down there. We were down there with like the actual physical figures for a very long time. So she definitely wasn't there. I have like tons of B-roll from down there, and I don't see her down there. She was. Now that I think about it, they may have mentioned her but they never showed a photo.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That there was no photo, but that they said it during the panel.
Yeah, I believe that they did name drop Squirrel Girl because I think I remember Boog going, "What the fuck?" Probably. And yeah, I'm sorry. It was like 2 weeks ago. So like they were doing this stuff in rapid fire. Like they had slides up with like 6 or 7 bullet points, and they're all like, "Yeah, we're doing this guy. Then we're doing this guy. Then this girl. Then this guy. Oh, you guys want this guy? We're doing this guy." And I was like, "Yo, I can't fucking type this fast." So.
Well, I have sort of a query, I suppose, because Sue Storm is a Walgreens exclusive as well as the Human Torch. Is that basically how we're going to be getting our Fantastic Four? Is just exclusives from Walgreens?
I have no idea.
It seems like they're trickling them out, but not in a way. Just one shot exclusive.
I'm kind of thinking that you're going to get regular versions at either regular retail or maybe as a box. I think that because the Sue Storm from Walgreens actually has a translucent arm or whatever, and you have a flame on version of Johnny Storm. So
maybe that's going to be their San Diego set.
I believe that was covered in Shartimus's interview in that same video, or the famous Boog clip at the end there. But he does ask something along somebody. I don't know if it was Shartimus, but somebody in that video asked something along the lines of like, "What's going on with Fantastic Four?" And their general answer, if I remember correctly, was like, it's hard for us to like dedicate an entire wave to Fantastic Four just because there's no accompanying media. But the the exclusives program that they have with Walgreens and whoever else does work really well for those sort of single release figures like that. So the short answer is probably that's the only way we're going to be able to get the Fantastic Four is just through all these exclusives.
Well, I'm wondering if just because of what Pharaoh just said is we're going to get like the powered down version as like a box set from San Diego. Like
I was thinking
the
con variant as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking that we're probably going to get like Sue, Reed, Johnny, King, and then have like Doom as like the 5-piece to round it out at like a 100, 120 MSRP.
That's true. I mean, I'd be excited.
I don't know why they just don't go ahead and. I don't know why they just don't go ahead and release Dragon Man as a Build-A-Figure, man.
That would be ridiculous, but
real Dragon Tail's going.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's kind of hard for them to dedicate a whole wave just because there's nothing like really to follow it in the media, and they're not just targeting us collectors. They need every howdy doodad to walk into the store and be like, "Oh man, look, it's the thing from the television."
Yeah.
Or from the movie, or whatever it is. That's just kind of.
I think at this point,
there's not even a comic book currently, right?
Not technically.
No, they don't have any. They don't have anything going on right now. Fantastic Four oriented. They're basically plot device for later use. They are outside of the regular Marvel universe at the moment.
Boom. There we go.
Laying low after the terrible movie that just came out.
Basically. Basically.
Let's chill until the heat dies down, man. You know what I mean?
Well, let's go down the list here. We got Death's Head 2. Anybody excited for this?
No.
Everyone.
That's a very poor excuse to make a figure.
Everyone is clamoring for this.
Well, you know what? The last thing that I remember Death's Head appearing in was that little Sword miniseries. I know not too many people probably even read that shit. It was like terrible art, but it was mad funny and actually well put together. And he appeared in that, and he was doing his bounty hunter 1-2, and he was chasing down like the brother of Agent Brand or some shit like that. It was actually like one ongoing plot in that arc. He was like one of the underlying antagonists. Basically, it was like 2 or 3 running plot villain people, and he was one of them and shit. It was actually pretty good. I would recommend that you read it. It was mad funny, but they didn't actually give you all the details and everything that you probably would want on this figure. It's a very like bare bones like version of Death's Head. If they would have actually really like went in with the detail and everything, it would have been a better looking figure. But I like the size of the figure. Seeing it in person, it's a pretty big figure as he should be. But overall, it's just not the greatest with the detail and everything.
Yeah, I
I
don't see
don't
too
know
many
what else y'all
people
talked
using
about.
that.
What else did y'all talk about from Legends? I had stepped off for a second.
We
We
talked about
talked-
maybe you'll remember. I asked Pancho if Squirrel Girl was only mentioned during the panel and not shown, or was it never mentioned? Well,
You know what? Somebody else has said something about Squirrel Girl, and I don't remember that. I don't remember them saying anything about Squirrel Girl. Somebody had mentioned that to me when they showed that 6-pack of females, and I'm like, nah, Squirrel Girl wasn't part of that or whatever.
yeah,
So I don't,
that's the thing that annoys me because I mean I'm honestly not a big fan of Squirrel Girl. I don't think I've even read a single comic with her in it.
I don't know. I heard a few rumors that I didn't hear directly from Hasbro, like Deadpool wave. I don't know where that came from. I don't know, where that originated from, but that was one that came out of Toy Fair, and I didn't hear anything about that.
His Facebook account that said Deadpool Legends coming.
Yeah, the Foosh guys was there. Like I said, all of the regular sites that you could think of right off the top of your head, they were there. But
They were pushing it up.
But I can pretty much guarantee that we're going to be getting an Apocalypse Build-A-Figure at some point.
Man, tell them no offer.
Squirrel Girl, she must be in a I mean, she's in a cartoon or something right now, isn't she?
Well, she was in the book.
My son mentioned Squirrel Girl, and he don't read fucking comics. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, he just
Squirrel
mentioned
made an appearance in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon or whatever, so
Okay.
she's relevant. She's relevant.
Yeah, she's been around. She's I seen her in the last thing I think I seen her in was when the Heroic Age had first started. She was like in the Avengers mansion doing something. She had like some like menial job around the mansion or some shit like that.
Well, she's really popular in the.
Something?
What'd you say?
Beat Doctor Doom, you said?
You said she beat Dr. Doom?
No, I said she single-handedly defeated Thanos at some point. This is like back in the 70s or something.
They-
back when
they
Thanos was riding a
always-
helicopter too.
They always have her fighting against some like super OP character and
Yeah.
always winning. It's a part of the charm of the character.
I
That
tell you
comic
what,
with Thanos with the helicopter is hilarious. What do you say?
She's super overpowered in the game Marvel Heroes, so there's some truth to that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Thanos copter.
I'm pretty sure we'll get an Apocalypse. I talked to Jesse about an all army builder wave, and whoever the other guy was that was part of Hasbro's team. There's a new person that's with Jesse every year. It seems like it seems like they get rid of somebody. I mean, not with Jesse, with Dwight every year. It seems like they get rid of somebody, and there's some new representative. But
It's funny you say that. Every year when people interview Dwight, there's always a new person standing.
yeah, definitely. But you know what? The guy that was there this year, he seemed very enthusiastic and very knowledgeable. I don't know if it showed up like that on people's interviews or whatever, but in the presentation, he seemed like he was excited about the product and he knew what he was talking about. Yeah, the Asian dude. Yeah.
He was cool. I liked him.
I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying?
That's that too.
Things that are coming. You know, things that you think are releasing. You know.
Well,
you said-
yeah, they said. We talked about an all army builder wave, and the Asian dude was like that, like really like piqued his interest for a second, but then they was just saying, they were saying that it'll end up being a lot of shit, just peg warming, basically. And if they could find a unique way to do it, then it's not a terrible idea. But both of them kind of were open to the idea. And I talked about one of my things that I wanted to see, which I've been saying for some years now, was the Sentinel from X-Men Second Coming. What do you call those Sentinels, John?
Wait, the Sentinels from that arc?
Yeah, what do you call? It's the Nimrod Sentinels.
Nimrod.
Right. So I had talked about those as a possible Build-A-Figure.
Not a
And
Path Nimrod would be so cool.
we talked about a regular Nimrod as a Build-A-Figure, but Jesse said that the white might not translate right in figure form. We talked about Apocalypse. We talked about Sauron.
Exactly. If we get a
They
Sauron,
really want to be impressive.
if we got
Why
a
don't they make
Sauron-
master mold instead of the
Exactly what I was just about to say. If we got a master mold Sentinel, oh my god!
What's homeboy's name from the Reavers with the tank treads?
Bone Crusher.
Bone Crusher, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that. that dude, which that might be cool, I guess, but I don't think that would be a fan favorite. I think that would kind of fall in the realm of Titus and shit.
I think in that,
Um,
that same Shartimus Prime video of the interview, they talked about we're getting Xavier's hover chair.
Wait,
um,
as a build a vehicle or something like
Yeah,
that?
like
Oh
the
my
wings for
god.
Vulture are kind of like opening the doors up to that.
Can we not?
but yeah, I told him, I said, listen, you guys doing all of these elaborate wings with the movie figures, with the movie Vulture and all of that, then there's no reason you can't give us a Sauron, especially since you teased it with that custom a couple of years ago.
Exactly.
And
I think that's lame as fuck. Those vulture wings as a build. Oh my god, that's
yeah,
Chad, you know what? I like that because it made it real simple for me to pass on it. It made
Well,
it
you know
real
that
simple.
was one of the things I was going to mention when I was at Comic-Con that year. To clear something up, that Sauron was actually not a custom. It was a mock-up to gauge interest.
Yeah.
It's in their minds, but for whatever reason, they just think people don't want it. I was very clear when I told Dwight, I was like, man, this you got to be shitting me. You think people don't want this? And same with Blade. Blade was also not a custom. It was actually something to gauge interest. And I was like, dude, you need to gauge interest on Blade? Are you serious?
But that blade they try to give us was ass.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they did say if they do Blade, they're going to revisit the tooling and all that stuff, make it a little more modern.
I was a little
Yeah.
disappointed that they didn't show a Luke Cage for the Netflix series figures. That was like kind of whack. I don't know what's going on
He's
there.
coming, man. I think that what they're doing is that they're probably
Right, he's
updating
coming.
that figure for like when Defenders actually drops, he might have a costume, like a real costume.
That's
'Cause
true.
you can't just give us like black guy in just like regular street clothes. Like they want to brand him as Luke Cage, Power Man. Like they want to give us the yellow T-shirt.
That could be. So yeah,
Now, if
that's
it was that, could he just be a black guy that didn't exist?
So Pete, could you think of anything else from Hasbro that stood out that we didn't like get on camera, or like shit that happened? Even I don't know, even funny shit about Hasbro.
I love when the chairman bumped into you and complimented your shirt.
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope. If you didn't see that, it was on the. Oh, actually, no, nobody saw that.
I've seen it.
It was a video I
G.I. Joe
shared.
t-shirt?
Yeah, it was a video that we shared with just like some friends or whatever. So it's not out there in public. Are you gonna put that out, P?
Yeah, I'll put that somewhere. I might put it separately in PMP and then put it at the end of maybe like an overall recap video or something like that.
All right. So anybody who's listening to this, basically what happened was when we were standing in the showroom for Hasbro, we was just filming like some little short segments, and I had like kind of fucked up. I didn't know what I was saying. I had got tongue tied, and it was like a little small group about to pass us in front of the video. And the guy had like waited for us to finish, and I was like, "Ah, man, just go ahead. Like, I don't know what I'm saying. Just you could go by or whatever." And then the guy turned around. It's an older white guy, and he's like, "Oh, I really like that shirt." And I had on the A.C.B.A. is the G.I. Joe A.C.B.A. shirt. Basically, it says "Posing is half the battle." It was designed by my man John P. Shout out to John P. And he was like, "Yo, that's a nice shirt." And what did he say next?
You said, yeah, give me your business card. I'll send you one.
Oh yeah, I was being an asshole. I was like on some funny shit, like, oh yeah, give me your card, like, I'll send you one, like, basically, like, who are you, old dude, or whatever. And and another guy who was like part of his little entourage, pulled me aside, and he was like, "You know who that is?" I'm like, "Nah, who was it?" He's like, "That's the chairman of the board, like the chairman of Hasbro, basically." I'm like, "Oh shit, I'll send him one for real. What's real?"
Hey man, what's your email address?
Right.
The moral of the story, kids, is stop being an asshole.
Basically. Yeah, I was trying to be funny, but he probably in the back of his mind was like, that is a nice shirt, but you really like, I could sue the shit out of you for that fucking shirt.
Yeah, right.
Say one more thing you're not supposed to, man.
Right.
I'll put the book down on you, man.
Basically. So yeah, that was a funny moment in Hasbro. Also, some dude, I don't know what outfit he was with. I don't know what news agency he was with, but he busted shit inside the.
Oh my god, yo, this guy hit right in front of us. He was trying to like mosey into his seat, and this man just tripped over all his shit and like face planted right on the floor. I felt so bad for this guy.
Oh my
I felt
god.
so
we
bad.
didn't get that on camera or nothing, but yeah, he was
Damn,
embarrassed
no.
as fuck though. But
It's a damn shame. He was very he knew his shit too. Like he was like trying to get the like another small thing. God bless this guy. He was like when there was like a moment of like no one was really saying anything, he was like trying to get the attention of all the Transformers guys, like the Japanese Transformers guys were in the building, like the three main heads. And he was just like, oh hello, hey you, hey, and then he was like just trying to get their attention, and they just wouldn't fucking acknowledge him. It was pretty difficult to watch. This guy's whole entire fucking legacy at this event was just like a Greek tragedy.
basically, yeah. He had a
Shout out to you if you're listening, man.
He had a rough day. But yeah, obviously as usual, Legends had the best things to show, in my opinion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Star Wars showed a lot of it was funny. We ended up spending our whole time at Star Wars and it's basically what you said though, Rick. Like, like they just kind of clueless. Like, I had asked them a question about, why don't they lend some parts from Legends and like this and that, and why aren't they giving more articulation and shit? And they just not with it, man. They okay with the space they in of just making their money without having to do any of that shit.
You can tell they're physically and like obviously mentally they're offended when you say shit like, hey man, why don't you use this buck that they have on Legends? It would work for this character and it would make him much more posable.
And I always forget, like, diehard Star Wars fans, like, they don't give a fuck. They just diehard Star Wars fans. You can give them a fucking stick figure of any Star Wars character and they're gonna eat that shit up. Like, I felt like the dudes that were there that were really like into Star Wars and shit, and that was like their main thing that they like to show in their prospective sites or whatever, like, they were like super fanboys, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't.
Yeah, they buy everything. There's no doubt that they're gonna buy what they make, no matter what the quality is.
Yeah,
and it's one of those things. Like I said, after I watched that interview with Shardamus, where he was like, "Hey man, did you guys get inspiration from Legends?" And they look at me, "You think that we got inspiration from Legends? No way, man." I was just like, "Oh well."
Yeah, I don't feel like they came off like that to us because we definitely asked them like questions like that. They were pretty nice about it, but I could still feel like they were just not. They were not with it. They don't want to be grouped in with Legends in any way, shape, or form. Like, basically,
I'm sure it didn't help that when Shardamus did it, they were at Comic-Con, and I'm sure people had asked them all weekend something similar, and they were just like, "You know what, guy? No, we don't fucking like Legends. We don't."
That could have been it. That definitely could have been it.
Yeah, they were with Shardamus. They were like really out there. I was just like, "Ooh, fuck! Remind me never to ask these assholes about Legends."
But
man, I mean, you gotta understand though how popular Star Wars is. So it's almost like, you got the audacity to ask me about a fucking Marvel Legends. It's fucking Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean,
get that Legend shit down the street.
I mean, there was people, for the opening of Episode 1 fighting each other at Toys R Us for those piece of shit toys.
Yep.
These people, they fucking buy
Star
everything.
Wars, I don't know. Star Wars fans and Dragon Ball Z fans are the weirdest fucking people.
Yeah.
Whoa! Don't bring Dragon Ball Z into this now.
I think
Why not? That's the only place that I know that'll pay you $40 for a brown shipper.
Oh my god!
I'll sell anyone my fucking brown shippers.
Brown shippers.
I sold every single one for at least $30 to $40 a piece. It was fantastic.
That don't make no sense, yo.
Weird in my opinion, man.
It's good for me.
I understand wanting it to be complete, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
It's stupid.
Weird.
Stupid. I couldn't believe it when it first happened. Somebody offered me like crap load of money for a random brown shipper, and I was like, "Yeah, man, take it."
So yeah, what else? What else?
About Legends. I want to take this opportunity to prove John wrong. This is in fact a movie Star-Lord.
It is?
Yeah.
I thought that they even branded it as a comic one.
No, he's got the scarf. He's got the same, shirt print, whatever the the one the Pharaoh was holding.
That scarf is very high fashion.
I'm putting
Oh
that
my
on Chris
goodness.
Jericho the second I get it.
That's whack. Wait, I'm sorry, Hasbro, but come on, guys, please.
Like I said, we're basically going to be forced to buy two. If you want that ego, you got to get another version of the one we just got in this wave.
That was so stupid. Like I said, they make it real simple to pass on these movie figures. Real simple.
Well, I don't remember what wave this Death's Head is supposed to come in.
It's the Mantis one still.
It's still the Mantis one? Okay. Well, this is the
Yeah.
whole Mantis wave then. We got this rocket.
Yeah, you got to remember because Mantis, you don't count.
Exactly.
Count.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy that they're giving us Ex Nihilo or Ex Nihilo.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
always
definitely
happy
a
to get new
obscure
characters,
character. I know a lot of
Yeah.
people are like, who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, that's like right from the exactly the Hickman run. So it'll go right in with your
you know
Marvel
what?
Now.
Who the fuck is that guy?
I really enjoyed that run though because like the Avengers was on some real Avengers shit. Like it was really like going beyond the Earth and like it led right into the whole Secret Wars thing too. Like those characters ended up being in Secret Wars too. Like it was very nicely executed with bringing in a lot of heavy hitters into the Avengers to go into outer space and do all of these different things, man, and fighting the battle on both fronts. You had, your Avengers front on Earth, and then you had the heavy hitters out in space, and then you had the big bromance with Thor and what's his name, Hyperion, and that was pretty epic run for Hickman, man.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorites. Very slept on.
Yeah, he's got some tiny ass feet though.
Tiny feet.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's from the what character had the feet?
Who's got the feet? Iceman got the feet, right?
Vision.
Yeah.
Vision, Iceman.
Vision
had him too.
The White Vision, the 3-pack one.
Yeah. So yeah, talking more about Toy Fair, I guess moving on from Legends a little bit, or you could show that Starlock. I mean that Adam. What's this guy? Is that Adam
Warlock?
Yeah.
And then what's the alternate head called?
Magus.
Yeah, so kind of get a 2-in-1 thing going on here.
That was a good thing that they did. I like that they did that, but we need a classic Thanos or some shit.
For real. I mean, I'm glad that we're getting something. We're getting something at least.
You know what? Somebody
why does Nebula look like a fucking?
She looked like a base head.
That just looks
Yeah,
crazy.
that looks really bad. How is it that we get like a pretty solid Gamora in this wave, and then we have like the same boots from that old Gamora on this Nebula?
Fucking terrible, and that's the build figure. Oh no, it's not. Mantis is the build figure. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean Mantis looks cool, but
am I looking at this wrong?
you're not wrong. Single jointed.
I wish they would have given us a fucking comic Mantis though. Fuck this movie shit.
Honestly, I feel as though that like the comic Guardians of the Galaxy stuff is going to start coming out next year or the year after, so we're probably going to get like a wave where it's like Moondragon, Mantis, what was the not Jack Flag,
classic Yondu, man, to go with that Vance Astro.
We probably get a Pit Patrol at some point too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because Peter
It'll
Dinklage is
probably
rumored to be playing that in Infinity War.
That would be too perfect. It would be too perfect.
Yeah, that makes too much sense. But you know what? Marvel is spot on with their casting, man. They'll get him in there as Pip. I could see that happening for sure.
Yeah.
That Gamora looks pretty good. The face at least looks a little better than that first one. That's for sure.
The head is so much better than the last
looks
one.
a lot better.
Do you have pictures of that Vulture Wave that we can go over really quick?
Do we have a what?
Pictures of the Vulture Wave that we can go over?
I think it's down below here. Yeah,
I mean,
so it's the end of that wave.
And you know what?
So
The Vulture Wave is mad easy if you a comic lover because you only got to buy 4 figures and keep it fucking moving.
Same thing with the Mantis Wave. There's only 3 figures I'm getting. only 3 I'm getting from the Mantis Wave and only 4 from the Vulture.
Well, you know what? I still built Titus because Titus is a comic-based character. I know a lot of people probably know him from the Disney show and shit, but he was the main antagonist in the Nova book and shit. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was pretty easy for me. I bought the comic figures from the Guardians, and then I just outsourced for the
classic Vito is big though, man. That's big. And you know what's funny though is I wish they would like give this attention to other characters and shit. Look, we got the big old Toy Biz like mecha suit Beetle. We got the female Beetle. We got the classic Beetle. Come on, man, do that with some of the other characters.
And we
that
have the
love.
Ultimate Beetle. We also
Right,
have the
and Ultimate
one.
Beetle. Shit, word 4.
Yep.
Man, let me tell you, this Dwight is secretly his favorite character, man.
Basically, must be.
But I'm wondering if those wings come out and then you're able to just fold those little pocket pieces on the back of them down.
Yeah, it looks
I
like the
doubt
wings
it.
that they've been given with it'll probably be the same design that they've been given with
Wasp and
Wasp.
then the other Beetle.
Yeah. You know what I did with my Wasp actually? I got the Marvel Universe Wasp, and I'll take out the big wings and put in the small wings as a relaxed for her in a relaxed state and shit.
Same.
You got that shit from me.
Take these wings
No, I
off,
didn't, ho.
down, kind of give it a backpack look to it.
Yeah.
Shell. We got Marvel Now, Moon Knight.
Love that.
Yo, you know
Love
what?
that
That was
figure
funny.
so
When I was
much.
in the showroom, I got to fuck around with the figure. They had like 2 figures like off to the side. They had the wings for Vulture, and they had this figure like off to the side. And I thought it was okay for you to like mess with it, and they went fucking nuts.
What are you doing, motherfucker?
Basically.
But yo, like the
But I
alternate
don't,
hands that they include on him that
I
fit
don't
like
like
the.
the figure though, man. I didn't really like it though, honestly.
I like the idea of it, where
Yeah.
you're able to plug in those tiny little
Yeah,
moonerangs.
that's dope. That's dope. But
That's
the figure in general seemed kind of cheap. I don't know. I didn't like the head and neck with the cape attached. And
Yeah,
I don't
that
know.
definitely looks a little weird.
It was kind of. I don't really like this costume, honestly.
And pop it
That's
off.
just that's the hood from Taskmaster, right?
Is it?
Basically, yeah, I think so.
Mm.
Or maybe it's a little
It looks like
resculpted,
it.
but
I think it's a little different. Is this neck piece attached to the cape, or is it different?
It seemed like
It's
if you popped
looks
off the
attached.
head, the little circular part around the neck and the cape is one piece. That's what it seemed
Okay.
Uh,
See, I don't mind taking this off.
That's
and
gonna
putting it on
suck
the hood.
ass, though.
basically, because it's weird when you want to like articulate them and shit. Like the cape is really in the way at the end of the day. So
I can see some people customizing like some soft goods for it though.
It's not a terrible design for Moon Knight, though. It looks all right.
I mean, I guess it's better than really it's better than all white. I mean, an all white costume is pretty fucking stupid,
Right.
really. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, even though people prefer that version of Moon Knight, if you really think about it, it's pretty fucking stupid for you to be running around at night in an all white fucking costume. But
That's what makes his character so badass, man. He wants you to
yes,
see
he
him
wants to
coming.
be seen, right?
He wants that attention.
Maybe
See
I'm kind
me,
of partial to it because this is the Moon Knight that I play in Marvel Heroes.
See, there you go.
motherfucker.
How about this?
Tombstone.
Yeah,
Tombstone,
This
baby.
guy.
The
Hell yeah.
fucking face on this guy looks very good, man. Very good.
Yes.
Straight out of the 90s cartoon, for sure.
And all you people out there that don't be reading comics, Tombstone is the father of the female Wasp that we got a couple waves back. Basically, it was revealed that that's her pops, basically.
So
we
that
don't-
bastard
we don't
can't.
know
That bastard don't breathe air, but he's making babies, huh?
Basically,
Uh-huh.
he fucking he busting his nut. That's for sure.
Right. He ain't breathing a lick of air, but he out here skeeting everything.
We didn't get any
Great.
accessories for him, right?
No, I didn't see any accessories, but I'm not a fan of this particular outfit for him, though.
Yeah,
man.
that's the only drawback,
Shit,
honestly.
straight 70s right here. Come on, man.
Yeah.
They could have just put him in a fucking suit. Yo.
Actually, remember he had a V-neck.
Yo, they could have
With the
just
fly
put him
guy
in a
collar.
fucking suit with this mold, and yo, that would have been perfect. We would have had goons for days, man.
For
Oh
real.
man, that's Tombstone. Gotta be. He gotta show out a little bit, man. It's Tombstone.
Basically, he like, look at my chest, motherfucker.
Right. Notice how it's not moving.
And let's get a look at that Cosmic Spider-Man, which I'm actually really excited for.
Yo,
It's
they
like some
posed this
Spider
shit
UK
so fucking stupid. This makes me hate the figure just the way it's posed. But
Yeah, that super
That's that
anatomically
Instagram
incorrect.
shit.
crazy.
Great
200
pose.
likes.
Palm emoji.
Oh god. Yeah, but the accessories that come with them are actually dope. They give us the regular Captain Universe head and then the bearded Peter Parker unmasked head. That's dope.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have the regular Captain Universe head on here, but this is good to have. I remember this costume from the old Spider-Man video game for PlayStation.
Man.
Cosmic
This-
Spider-Man was a part of Spider-Verse?
No,
I'm
he was
asking.
not. If he was, then that'd have been OP team, like done.
I
It
guess
would have
that
ended
would've
real
been
fast.
that would have been over. Yeah, that wouldn't make sense, I guess.
Yeah, that whole arc would have died. Like it would have been done in one issue.
Basically, he was just like, all you other Spider motherfuckers fall back. I got this, basically.
Wait. Now I'm seeing that someone is saying that he was part of the Spider-Verse. I don't
Really?
remember him if he
Oh
was.
yeah, Michael Wiseman and Avenger Vasti
Uh
both.
oh.
Yeah,
Damn, I got corrected real
All right.
fast.
If
But,
Mike Wiseman is saying it, then it's true. That guy's the ultimate Spider-Man fan.
okay. Yeah, I definitely don't remember it.
Yeah,
Was he throughout the entire thing, or was he like off on one issue?
I'm sad to say that I haven't read Spider-Verse yet. I want to sit down and read the whole thing through, though.
Oh, he did die. Yeah, he did die. Okay, I remember. Yeah, that's funny.
All right, and
That's funny.
well, those are just the comic figures from the Spider-Man wave. They didn't show
The only ones that matter. Yay.
right.
Well, if you don't know by now, the shit that they real quick before you get into that, it was two versions of Spider-Man, with one with the webbed wings. Actually, three versions of Spider-Man, right? There was one with the webbed wings in his costume that he'll probably be in towards the second half of the movie, and then another one without the wings, and then there was one which was going to be his first appearance costume for the MCU, I guess, with the hoodie that sort of looks like Scarlet Spider.
I think the one without the wings is supposed to be in the 2-pack with the new Iron Man suit.
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
That's a part of the two-pack.
So the winged one, the prototype homemade suit, and then the Vulture, like the 3 just movie figures from this wave, and then the build of wings if you want to count that. Then moving on, box sets. This is supposed to be in the 2-pack with a Dark Phoenix.
Yes.
Love it.
Got a nice John Byrne Cyclops here.
I still haven't even opened the 90s. I haven't even opened my 90s X-Men Cyclops yet. I'm opening it tonight. I'm going to review it tonight, actually. But I assume that it's going to be the same mold for this guy, just with the different boots and head sculpt and whatever. Looks like the hands are the same.
Just Bucky Cap retooling.
Yeah, basically. It's as Bucky Cap as Bucky Cap gets. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, he should have the more like flared out gloves, shouldn't he? Kind of like Baron Zemo, you know?
Oh, you mean like towards the wrist?
Yeah, he should have like the wrist piece right here, like Baron Zemo.
Yeah, the forearm. Yeah.
You know what?
I actually think that the gloves are accurate.
I mean, I'm thinking of how the Toy Biz made him. They had the big, pirate gloves on him.
Yeah, that was an ugly figure. That was a really ugly figure. So, they actually got the
only Cyclops I've had for so long. So
once we get this,
they got him right.
Once we get this guy, then how close will we be to 80 X-Men team? Huh?
We just need Storm and then a new Colossus, really. Nightcrawler, I guess, is good enough for now, but.
We need a new Nightcrawler, though.
We do, but you know what? The Toy Biz Nightcrawler is going to be hard to top still, man.
He holds up, and I mean, you can say the same thing for Beast, but I mean, we need them to look more anatomically correct. Some of them look, I don't know, man. It just looks a little wacky. There's some times that I look at Nightcrawler, and I'm like, he looks a little thin.
Right, I get so mad at my Nightcrawler figure. Actually, because I didn't even have it. Boog sent it to me and shit, and I'm like, I don't even know. I needed this figure, but god damn it, I don't want it.
You know what it is? You can't really it's like the Revoltech of Legends and shit. You got to pose that figure for it to look right and shit. The proportions will look really weird just having them stand.
Who has like a really good Nightcrawler figure, and I know it's a custom, but like Darius, his custom. I forgot who did his custom Nightcrawler, but that's
probably maybe Charles Chop. He does a lot of shit for Darius. I don't know. Well, you know what? Darius be getting customs from everybody, so I don't know. But I do know that some of the shit that Charles Chop has done has been very, very, very nice. It's just some of the shit that I've seen from him for Darius is some of the things that I like.
I forgot what costume it was, but it's just like it's a really good build for him too. So
it was Charles.
It's from the same one I think with the new Colossus. If I'm not mistaken, those costumes look really similar.
Yeah. But yeah, we're pretty close to that 80s team.
Some people in the chat are also chiming in. We need a Banshee to complete this team as well.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. The Hasbro Banshee is probably one of the top 3 worst figures ever made in Legends, man. Top 5.
What's wrong with that figure, man?
And Thunderbird.
Everything, man. The hands was fucking terrible. The face, the hair wasn't even the right color. It wasn't. Banshee's a redhead. First of all, his hair was like.
I never had it. That's why I'm asking. I never bought that figure. That was during the time when Hasbro first took it over, and I thought like Legends was dead.
The one thing, yeah, basically, yeah, exactly. The one thing that was actually pretty decent on the figure was the way they did the what do you call that? That I don't even know what you would call it. The shit under his arms. What do you call that?
The gliding thing?
Those wings?
Yeah, I guess you could call them wings. The way that Hasbro did it with the sort of cloth material was actually pretty cool. That translated pretty well. Thing else, the paint applications was so dull. It was just, and it was on one of those old blocky molds that just like, man, that shit was bad, man. It was bad.
Bad use of the
yeah, I thought it was over.
Body.
Me too, man. That's when I was sad as fuck. I thought it was over for Legends at that point too. I'm like, damn, they gonna
my girl sure as fuck asked me. I was complaining about it. She was like, "What are you talking about? Like, just fuck it." But just know I'm pissed.
They bounced back though, man. I gotta hand it to them, man, because they hit a fucking rough patch, no question.
8 years later.
Two terms.
A 2-pack with the new Alex Ross Spider-Man with like the glowy symbol.
Yeah, let's talk about this Mary Jane. That head looks like the face looks like it's the same face that they just put out for Polaris. That's what it looks like to me.
Similar, yeah.
I like the jeans. The jeans is skin tight and shit. I like that. I like that they didn't give her any heels. That pocketbook, you could throw that shit in the fucking garbage.
Yeah, that's gonna come off real simple.
Nah, man, that's Green Goblins.
It probably is. You know what? And you know what that is too? That's so you could set her up getting mugged and shit. Actually, so
exactly. Thinking outside the box, man.
So that purse, and for a woman's purse, that got to have the biggest fucking. She has a satchel strap.
I brought up that exact to my girlfriend, and she's a costume designer, so she's like, "No, that's pretty all right." And I'm like, "Well, fuck, I'll shut up." But
all right, yeah, because that buckle looks nuts. Not.
Yeah.
Man, they know. Hey, I know this. It's definitely not fashionable. I don't care what nobody said. Exactly. Man, ain't no woman going.
Precisely.
She shouldn't have one of those. She'd have one of those little, like, the satchel purses, the little tiny ones, whatever they're called.
Well, you would think that with Mary Jane, what Mary Jane's trying to do in life, certain sacrifices she's just going to make, and she's not going to have the fucking Chinatown purse. She would at least have a real designer purse, man.
Basically, she would have some Louis Vuitton or some Gucci.
Yeah, she would just have a clutch.
Like she got a coochie purse.
No one's gonna fucking steal this purse, and automatically they're gonna think there's nothing valuable inside.
It's like I really like
just
that look
like a prostitute, a big ass empty purse with condoms in it.
I really like that look for her, but I don't know. I'm a fan of the J. Scott Campbell look. I'm sure that everyone knows what cover I'm referring to as well, but it's like when she has like the white T-shirt with the Spider-Man logo on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
I would have really preferred that.
Doesn't she supposed to have freckles?
She does have freckles.
I was pretty sure that she has them. It's just hard to see.
Yeah, in fact, this article says to ditch the freckles, but I like them.
Yeah, I dig it. I already know that people are going to get so much reuse out of that body. Too bad that it still doesn't have double jointed elbows.
You know what?
I'm gonna say this too.
Freckles. I like freckles on women in real life. A black girl with freckles is the greatest thing ever, man.
Slap. That's Peppy slapped the shit out of you.
But Peppy's in the other room drawing some freckles on right now.
That right hand, they need to get rid of that for just any female. I don't know. That's that right hand.
You know what? I'm not worried about.
I don't like the fact
because you'll be able to swap those out. I bet you can pull those out and put on whatever hands you want from any of these other females that we got.
Probably.
Well, also, I'm a little concerned that she doesn't look happy. Like, she doesn't have that MJ look. She looks like, I don't know, man. Like,
nah, I'm with you there. It would have been better if they put a smile on her face or something, I guess. Maybe
it would have made me a little bit happier if her hair was longer.
Like she sees Peter with Gwen Stacy or something. What the fuck?
But you know what this is going to do too, though, is that we're going to be able to get.
Everyone's going to pop the heads off.
Yeah, pop the head off, do other females in street
Yep.
clothes or just, regular civilian. We got a female civilian and shit. So it could be anybody. It could be any woman getting mugged in alley and shit. So
Yeah, put a silk head on her. There you go.
Notice how
Exactly.
he keeps wanting to say she gets mugged.
well, come on, man. You know that's gonna be the number one thing that people are gonna go
What
to.
the hell is she doing in the alley any day? I'm like,
Take the shortcut home.
Right.
Jesus.
Well, Boog lives in New York, so I guess he would know.
I mean, people get mugged and shit. It happens,
Yeah.
But what else was shown? Well, the all new, all different Spider-Man that comes with the Mary Jane, then the Dark Phoenix that comes
I'm
with
definitely
the
excited
Cyclops.
about it, though.
I didn't even realize that was a different version of Spider-Man until like last week sometime, actually.
You know what?
Yeah,
It
it's
really
the one
pissed me
that
off
like-
that they're still giving us the
industry is-
Pizza Spidey, and that's beautiful and all. It's a great figure. Why don't they just switch the torso piece up so you can actually like engrave something into it, opposed to painting on the design? Because I already know that thing is going to have like a ton of quality control issues. It's
hey, this man's making sense. Get him the hell out of here.
it's just like it's really a bother though, because it's like that suit is supposed to be very technologically oriented. So to not have grooves on it for it to just be paint, it's just really whack. Like, half step.
Well, that Thor is going to have major problems holding that hammer.
Oh,
I can already see it.
No question.
That pinky isn't even long enough to to keep the bottom in the hand.
First of all, that cape is gonna be nuts. It's gonna be a nightmare to try to move that with that cape.
Yeah,
and the hair.
She's gonna be a vanilla poser for sure. Sadly. And she only has single jointed. Oh my god, dude! Come on. I want my Jane Foster Thor smacking a frost giant in the face. Like, get the full extension. That's so disappointing.
Here we got Johnny Storm.
Look at those boots. Why can you
That
see
looks
his
really
boots?
weird. That looks really weird, right?
like Daredevil got set on fire.
The man without fear, but he's also on fire.
Right.
So
You try to make a grilled cheese and just fuck this shit up.
oh my god.
I know there's a lot of stuff missing from this, but
Did anyone like get an idea of what is actually going to be in that Thor wave? I know that someone said that we're going to get like an Ares, but I really doubt it.
I mean, it's probably going to accompany the movie wave, so there's sure to be some movie figures in there.
Yeah, if we get a comic Ares, that's going to like fuck up my life.
Yeah, because the old Ares is horrible. That Build-A-Figure Ares
Yeah, I mean,
is just garbage. I don't care about what he says.
Yeah,
Let's talk Mezco now. Anyone want to talk Mezco?
I like that Doctor Strange a lot.
Oh, we'll get there. Don't you worry, young man.
That's pretty much the one that I'm getting. That and the classic Iron Man.
Here we go. Moving into the 112.
Quote unquote classic.
I'm just going in order, no particular order here.
Let me tell you, man. Going to the Mezco booth was an eye-opening experience. Seeing these figures in person does their production shots do them no justice.
For real.
Yeah, I
agree.
Yeah, we actually spoke on this. You know what? We were talking about how the production shots look a little weird. You see this in the interview, I believe, the Mezco interview, which is on Boog's channel right now. If you haven't seen it with Pierre.
But do it after the podcast.
Yeah, it's just the way that it's photographed. We talked about it off camera as well. Like the way that it's photographed, there's nothing in there for your brain to assess with scale. So whenever you see soft goods on a figure of that amount of detail, your brain kind of automatically already goes to 1/6 scale, and then your brain from 1/6 scale goes to Hot Toys. So then your brain is almost assessing these images, comparing them to Hot Toys, but then you realize like, oh, the fabric is kind of weird, the stitching is kind of big, so this kind of looks really bad. But then like once you see them in person and you get a sense of the scale and you realize how small these guys are, like it doesn't even matter anymore. Like these are all like incredibly good looking figures, man. Like even the Deadpool, which
pretty-
I've said week and week after, like, fuck this stupid Deadpool. Like, I saw it in person, I was like, you know what, this guy's not half bad. I definitely will never ever buy him, but he's not half bad.
Yeah,
Like
same.
I like
Same.
the
When I saw the Deadpool in person, I was like, damn, it made me actually kind of question whether or not I would buy it. I probably still won't buy it, but then again, I don't know because I'm like, I feel like I put a little like mental suggestion in Pierre's head to do a Thunderbolts to put him to complete.
Yeah, I like that you were driving home the team's point. And I was gonna ask if you did that with Hasbro too. I just remembered.
But yeah, we didn't. I didn't really get to talk to Jesse about teams too much. But this Doctor Strange looked really good in person too, man.
Yeah, this got wiring in the
Yeah.
case. Do some nice dramatic stuff with that.
That's exactly why I want it.
But yeah, Doctor Strange looked very good. The Iron Man looked fucking dope, man. That Iron Man is gonna shit on anything that Hasbro has ever put out with Iron Man because I don't think to this day.
Oh shit!
I don't think to this day Hasbro has put out a definitive Iron Man yet that looks really, really good, honestly.
That's it right now. Anyone that's saying that it's like not classic enough or whatever because it has like the grooves or whatever going throughout it, just get over it.
I ain't worried about that, man.
No, not at all.
It's perfect.
I mean,
It's perfect.
the way I look at these
Hey.
figures is how I look at like a designer figure, and these are made, by like designers. They're not necessarily, and you guys talked about this in the interview. It's not necessarily like ripping off one look, except maybe like the movie ones, but like their interpretation. It's like their designer's interpretation of these like classic looks for the characters. I mean,
Telling
this
you, man.
straight up works. I don't know about you guys, but this just works for me.
Everyone's going to be kicking themselves for not getting that classic Cap, especially if they drop a classic Thor. Oh
That's
my
what I was
god!
gonna say. Ooh,
If
that's
they give us
Well-
a classic Thor, dude, it's over.
You know what? I actually don't have Cap at all, so I
Like a
probably
Jack Kirby
jump on
Thor.
that,
Should have asked about that.
Oh,
Wait, which one?
Well,
the classic
I'm
Cap is the one
interested-
that they put out at SDCC or what?
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the San Diego.
Damn.
I'm interested in Nature Boy Wolverine though.
Nature Boy.
That Wolverine.
Nature Boy
They-
Wolverine. Look at those shorts and those boots.
Shorts.
They aren't winning anybody with that. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, they said they were going for an outdoorsy look. It definitely looks like a Scoutmaster.
No, I can see someone like messing with the material, maybe like cutting it so it looks like trunks opposed to like little board shorts or whatever. But it's
that.
I really don't see anyone buying it. I really don't.
Oh no, they're gonna buy it. I can
Oh,
guarantee
well.
you that Wolverine's gonna get bought.
Unpopular opinion, I'm gonna buy him. Come
Listen,
at me.
well,
if they bought that Joker, they'll buy that Wolverine. Because that Joker, I don't care what anyone says, that Joker is bad.
It just it's sad it doesn't come with enough accessories, honestly, for the price point.
I like the Joker when you take his jacket off. I think he looks
I
fucking
don't,
weird
'cause
with the
you
You
jacket
know what?
on.
Me too. I feel the same way. When I see him without the jacket, it kind of like piques my interest and shit. But otherwise than that, I don't really care about it.
That short sleeve shirt just looks weird.
yeah.
Weird.
I
in
think
what
the
way?
biggest thing is, like I said, I might have said it before, it has no orange breakup in it. And I think that's probably what I'm missing.
Yeah, I could see that as well.
I didn't really think about that. Yeah, that makes sense though.
I
it's
really
gonna be
like his head
interesting.
sculpt though. The head sculpt of that Joker looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
So I can get a picture while we're talking about him.
Yes, it does.
It's worth noting that all these figures are going to have like some sort of variant as well. So if you don't like this Wolverine, I'm sure they'll pull out a different one that you'll like.
They're probably gonna have like a blue, the blue and yellow. So
Yeah, we
Tiger Stripe
kind of
version.
touched on that. We kind of touched on that. If you still haven't seen the Mezco interview, that's on my channel too. So we kind of touched on that too.
I'm excited about Bones McCoy for sure.
Bones, baby.
Oh, let me just mention this real quick
getting Popeye.
because I don't think nobody really. Well, I guess Fabio and Rick kind of care about Mattel, but we didn't. There was no opportunity to interview anybody at Mattel, which is not against the norm. That's usually how it is. Usually Mattel just rolls this shit out, and you can just go and look at it, and there's nobody to really talk to about this shit. But Mattel had like a wing of the Javits Center set up for this shit, and they had like some like White House type They had hors d'oeuvres. They had like a full like bar. First of all, the bar was like you
Oh
couldn't
my
get
god, Batman.
a regular drink at the bar. There was no seltzer. There was no tea. You can only get top shelf liquor.
It was wild, man.
And then they had like all of these like crazy fancy hors d'oeuvres and shit. Like you literally could have just went in there and like fucking got wasted and full and just bounced. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the shit that they were showing was just whack to me, man. Like, fuck. Like, it was, literally nothing in there I cared about or said, you know what, that looks pretty cool and shit. Well, you know what? Maybe one thing. Maybe one of those Master Chief Halo figures looked halfway decent.
And that's honestly probably why they didn't want to do interviews, because the collector market.
Right, that's probably why they weren't there.
Everything was so like, all of those DC figures, like, we saw this. Like, when y'all gonna step your game up and move into the next millennium of fucking sculpting and designing and shit? Like, what is this shit?
I don't think.
You know
I
what?
don't
The
think it makes
Clayface
enough
looked dope.
money for them.
The Clayface looked dope. The Clayface looked dope, though. That looked dope.
That was about it, though.
I'm getting that Batman's. Jesus.
Yeah, I like the concept behind this Batman a lot. Like, they said they're going to do like a trilogy of figures and different stages of his career. I think it's a fantastic concept.
Before Twitter, I told you that. You can look at the figure and tell that they were going to do the first appearance of it.
Right, but it's like, again, their take on it. People are obviously disappointed it doesn't have purple gloves, but fuck it, I think it works. I mean, it's
if it
not
had
a
the
weird
purple
design,
gloves,
as far as the suit. But I think
one will be coming with purple gloves.
I hope. I really do.
They're gonna do a first appearance.
I love that design. That's honestly like, no hate. That's like my favorite design of Batman ever.
So you'd want the purple gloves, but with just a straight up, almost like the Dark Knight Returns style suit, where it's just straight up.
That would be fucking awesome. It would be fucking amazing.
I'm curious to see how the next one.
Well,
this is stage one.
It looks so goofy, and I get shit for it all the time. But that is like my favorite costume. I love that Bill Finger design.
Hey, what is? I wonder what's up with them and lacing the boots now. I wonder what's the big thing with them.
I like those laces.
Realism. I think what they said is, almost if it was made into a movie. Those designs kind of translated over.
They didn't say that.
That Bruce Wayne head, by the way, that Bruce Wayne head is fire.
Yeah, he looks like.
I was looking at that. That's everything about it, most definitely.
You guys know Kevin Porter, the Bat in the Sun Batman, looks just fucking like him.
Yeah, looks very similar. Yeah.
Obviously, this is the younger version, so I assume the middle, the prime Batman is probably gonna look a lot more like him. I guess Foosh is only showing like the new stuff. Diabolic, that's Rick's favorite dude right there.
You know what? That Diabolic, man. You could get a couple of those, and you got some cool goons, man.
Shit, that they must have gonna drop that price down that damn thing for like $40.
Yeah, no doubt.
Looking at $75, it won't be no goons.
I love the accessories.
All my man's gonna be fighting Marvel Legend buck bodies.
Check these accessories though. He's got like the thing you stick on glass, so you can cut a circle around it. He's got like a Fabergé egg. What the fuck?
Dope. It's dope.
How about that Fabergé egg, baby?
You already know that people are going to be, creating like jewel heist, displays. That's going to be dope.
I mean, the accessories on.
I'm going to buy it and make a GIMP display.
To go with those Pulp Fiction figures, hell yeah.
Pretty far from fucking all right.
A custom Randy figure and have five.
My god.
Yeah, that shit crazy. That's one of the most memorable moments in movie history ever, right there.
It's Popeye. Though. We gotta talk about this Popeye.
Popeye looks unbelievable.
I love it. Popeye. I'm just gonna buy because I like Popeye because Popeye beat the shit out of people.
Exactly.
Not gonna front though. That stitching at the bottom.
I like any character that beats the shit out of people. I like Heathcliff because he beat the shit out of other animals. So I mean, like seriously.
Heathcliff was a fucking thug though, wasn't he?
Hey, did nobody fuck with Heathcliff like that, man?
No, I used to read Heathcliff shit all the time.
Yo, he was a thug, yo.
Only thing that I'm remotely worried about is just the stitching coming undone towards the bottom of the boot on the figure's right leg.
I wonder if that pipe is removable. Probably, right?
Probably. I would hope at least.
I think it has another head. if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
I
that was
could have
dope.
sworn they showed that thing with another head.
Keep the spinach
Actually, I got
coming
Darius
out.
sent me.
He doesn't come with a
Darius sent me a
closed
catalog,
now. This compass
and it has another head in it.
Oh yeah.
I love
Yeah,
the
the catalog
attention.
has it with 2 heads.
How about this
If you,
Netflix
if you,
Daredevil? Yeah.
oh damn, you already switched it. Never mind.
That thing looks amateur hour. I'm gonna buy it. That thing looks look. Oh my god, look at his face.
He looks okay. Straight
He's
up,
like
the
a
thing
chubby
that
dude.
the thing that is like pissing me off about this figure in particular is the size of the head to the body.
Yeah, the body
Yes.
does look a little
It's a
thin.
little disrespectful.
Not really.
It
He has on
looks,
like that helmeted top half.
yeah, but it's like, think about it. All of that extra padding. What does he look like underneath him? Think about it.
Like
Is he
Fabio.
like? It reminds me of like Captain America before the super soldier serum.
He does have kind of a soft
That-
face. Too. That's
Hey, listen, that top half that looks just like the children's costumes with the muscles.
That's the thing.
I look
That's
at
the thing. I'm like, it looks like the Halloween costume of someone that isn't Daredevil, opposed to, oh, this is the Daredevil from the Netflix series.
right. This is
he
the
doesn't look like
stock
the
photo model. Modeling.
he doesn't look like the character. I mean, the actor at all, in my opinion. But
Yeah, really doesn't.
she doesn't either. Who the fuck is she?
That's actually
That
one
Gloria
thing.
Estefan or somebody?
Is
Oh
what their
my
likeness rights
God.
things are like, because that Ash doesn't really. It's not really a dead ringer for Bruce Campbell either. I mean, it's a good sculpt, but this, it's not quite a perfect likeness. I wonder if they have some sort of licensing issue with that.
This man said Gloria Estefan. I'm dead.
Or something, man.
Yeah, her arms, her upper arms are really thin.
Anemic.
Right.
Look at the size of the thigh.
That's
the
real. Hey,
thigh.
that's real gal right there.
Oh my God. The
That's
what?
a
thigh.
serious gal.
You know what? I didn't. I forgot to actually say some shit about this to Pierre while we was on camera and shit. I wanted to say that I do not like this fucking head, but I don't know what happened. We got caught up. I think that was around the time when homie had like interrupted in the interview and shit too, actually. But
that thigh to arm ratio.
yeah,
is
fucking
so
head is
bad.
huge to that body though, bro.
Yeah, thigh to arm ratio, man.
I don't know why they haven't gone after certain movies like Fast and Furious and shit. I would think that they could actually probably sell some of that shit.
Oh, that'd be really tight, actually. I mean, that would be a way
Yeah.
for them to get us civilians as well, like Boog brought up in the interview, like
Ooh.
generic dudes. But attaching
Yeah.
them with Fast and Furious would be fucking awesome. I'd love it.
What's wrong, man? Randy don't like Vin Diesel or something?
Oh my God.
I think so.
I don't think so.
Vin Diesel turned him down.
Hang on, I think there's one
Sweet
more
and simple answer. I don't think so.
one more article here with a few more things.
I really dig that Space
Like, you
Ghost.
better
I mean,
not like Vin Diesel.
Here's the classic cap, Boog, the one that would probably go best with that Iron Man.
gotta get it, man. Gotta get it. I
Glad
still
I
have to
got
get it.
Hey, look at his sleeves.
It looks
I mean,
weird.
it's bunched up on
but
this one, but honestly, mine doesn't look like that.
yeah, that's the thing.
Shit, why can't I go back? There we go.
I'm not saying that. It just looks funny. He has his sleeves all bunched up.
Only way that you're gonna
Man's
get the
about to come
scale
out.
though. That scaling is never gonna appear on a Hasbro one, sadly.
I don't know.
Oh
whose
my God! Look
picture
at
this is.
Daredevil. Daredevil looks ridiculous.
The yellow
Superman
one.
is. Yeah, that looks crazy.
Take a look at this yellow one. Oh, what the hell?
You know what? The first
Does it have a bigger
Power in
picture?
the fucking thumbnail.
No, this I don't know
There
who
we
took these pictures. These were probably taken with a phone or something. These are terrible pictures.
that zoom looks pretty dope. Not gonna lie. I like the abs.
Yeah, this
piercing
one's
through
actually
the-
processing now. He should be hitting PX pretty soon.
Yeah,
I saw people.
zoom looks
post
pretty
pictures.
nice.
And then, of course, this fucking Punisher is sold out already.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
I don't either.
Ooh.
I think that the
I think that
straps.
they should have did a different
Straps
head
is not-
sculpt on with a headband.
Yeah,
They could have like changed the hair on it.
Get some
yeah.
Charlie
Gives
Sheen
the
hair on him for
Jim
sure.
the Jim Lee stuff would have been better with this one for sure.
And this is the same sort of material as
He just looks so.
the cap, bodysuit, the legs at least.
Yeah,
So I think
I mean,
the
'cause
baggy
in my
clothes works
opinion-
a little bit better for Punisher. So I'm glad I'm sticking with the other version.
Yeah.
Well, what makes the Punisher stupid in that outfit anyway is why in the fuck does he have white gloves and boots for what it is he does?
I mean, it's meant to be the classic one. You know what I mean?
Hey man, he's not afraid to get some blood on him. He's so unaffected.
The
Doesn't
Shazam is
matter.
highly impressive, though.
Shazam looks very good.
George Reeves Superman is great as well.
I like that Superman more than the Shazam, especially how the emblem is like coming off so prominently.
Well, they made the emblem like that because it's magnetic.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
That's how you stick the bullet effects on, right?
Yep.
Excellent. What else? These are all kind of older pictures, I guess. Well, here we go. We got that.
That Superman looks horrible.
Yeah.
Still copping.
Huh?
Still getting it.
Straight up, man.
The in-hand picture to that doesn't. Oh my god, looks just horrible.
That Punisher's so fucking clean.
Yeah, this is a really good Punisher.
So clean. Black gloves, black boots, white emblem.
And these are slightly older pictures. This is from earlier. It's probably from their preview press event or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough Mezco. Let's see. Moving on. Who else are we talking about? Mattel, meh. I mean, I guess it's right here. I guess we can look at it real quick.
No, here we go. Nectar.
And we're done.
I thought you should go to them. Say, oh.
Talking about.
Mattel's almost. Oh my god, this Mattel shit is.
Look at that Batwing. Look at that Batwing. Oh.
Well, a lot of this is the good stuff too. I just want to take a look at this Clayface.
Clayface look good.
All this crap for it.
Look at the DC Rebirth Superman on the far left with a huge crotch.
It's just such an old style of articulation. Like this
is so bad.
Show Soldier Boy. Show the Soldier Boy figure. I see his shoes down there at the bottom. Where is he?
Oh my god, are you talking about Duke? Oh my god.
Yeah, look at it.
that hurts. That hurts, honestly. Poor Duke.
This thing looks like it's snapping here already. Look at that.
Right? Oh my god. What type of
Hey, you know who he looks like? He looks like the guy from the movie Get Out.
Chris, the dude that plays Chris. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's the best film I've seen in the past like at least 3 years.
Got everybody's favorite Adam.
Oh Lord.
There's Superman.
I'm not gonna lie, like I sort of
that
like.
Doesn't look too bad though.
Yeah, it doesn't look terrible. I can see some quality control issues messing that one up for sure though.
Got the Gordon Batman.
Oh my god, look at
Batmech.
Go to Damien.
Calling him. Batmech. Love it.
Damien looks horrible.
Yeah, that's like a superhero mashers.
Hey, he looks like he's from a Bazooka Joe comic or something.
Is this the Rebirth version? Because I know we got a different version.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's horrible.
A resounding meh from me. We got Wonder Woman.
God.
Oh my God.
Why?
Blow Up Doll, Wonder Woman.
Got Hippolyta.
Jesus.
I'm not sure about this Two-Face. This Two-Face looks weird. He's got a mullet. What's going on?
Jesus, look
he looks
like the preacher.
Yeah. It's John Romita Jr. at its finest, dude.
I swear he looks like the preacher.
He does.
No, you're right.
Evangelist Two-Face.
I don't get this design. I mean, the classic design is obviously like the suit itself is also split in half, but I don't know. It doesn't really work.
Well, it's from the All-Star Batman arc, and that is exactly what the character looks like.
Let's see what else we got. Rebirth Batman. God. Look at what's going on right here. Look at this.
Dude, God, just skip it.
He just came a loose, man.
So that you wouldn't notice all these flaws.
Just skip it. Let's just.
I'm not gonna lie though. I'm gonna buy that.
Please don't. Please don't waste your money.
No, it's Batman. I'm buying it.
What about this
Dude,
one?
you can.
I'm buying that too.
No.
Yeah, that's cool too.
Look at the crotch. Are you guys blind? What the fuck? What?
Huge, even for like
dude.
Tooling. It's
I'm sorry, but I don't care much about his crotch.
No, it's not. Oh my Lord! You know damn well what I meant.
Like, crotch is huge. I love it.
What else? This is what Grim Reaper.
Oh, man's crotch is that big.
The Reaper.
That's nice. Actually.
This guy looks ridiculous, though. Let's see if I can find a better picture. There he is.
I'm sorry, but Mattel, God, just stop.
Yeah, it's like they
Hey, you know what though? Honestly, that's probably their first new design in a long time.
Like 5 years, probably.
That you're looking at right there.
There's no thigh swivel, though.
Wasn't that one of the characters that was involved in Batman Year 2, if I'm not mistaken, with Todd McFarlane on Batman?
Somebody in the chat will let us know.
I'm a little spacing on it. It sure is. Sure is.
Man, it's like they stuck in the 80s with these fucking these scopes, man. Come on, bro.
Todd McFarlane Batman.
Ares doesn't look half bad. That's the movie design.
Speaking of Todd McFarlane, real quick, we totally like simultaneously agreed to not even try to interview Todd.
Yeah, that was a
just like,
good idea.
Shut up, man.
So articulation. What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Got it. It's a swivel.
Look at it. It's beautiful.
It's a thigh cut.
Look at these cuts. You can't even see them.
Russell said he kind of got through to him in his interview, though, didn't it?
Not really.
No, I didn't watch it
A
yet.
moment of clarity in his face where he said, like, the people want to be the artist now. And he's
You know
like,
what?
All right. Kind of like furls up his
Yeah,
upper lip.
that was one defining moment, but the defining moment for me was Shartimus's face when he realized that he just wasn't getting through to the motherfucker.
Right.
Like he looked like he was like sick to his stomach. Like he looked like he had just got sick for a moment. Like when the shit hit him, like, you know what am I fucking doing? Like this guy's I'm not getting through to this dude. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That epiphany, dude, when it hits.
He literally looked fucking sick to his stomach when it hit him. Shartimus did. Like, you know what? Fuck this. Like,
Let's look forward to step back.
Bless Todd, man. Just stick to drawing. Bless him.
man.
And
I
even
don't know
with
what
drawing, sometimes
it's got to be that he's got mad fucking yes men around
yes,
because like he's got to be one of those people that's like mad difficult to deal with too because you can't tell him shit. You know what I'm saying?
He's George Lucas. He's George Lucas of Image.
Pretty much. Yeah. You can't tell him shit.
Again, though, this Ares doesn't.
Hell, I wouldn't even give a fuck as long as his ass paid me my check. I'm like, keep producing this bullshit.
You know what? I really hate that design in the movie. I really hate that design of Ares. I really, 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 really hate it. He looks just generic as fuck, and it pretty much removed any identity that the character would have had. So, I'm not too happy.
Right, he does look like random barbarian thug.
Exactly. Barbarian Thug 1. You know, it's come on, man.
He's got tiny ass feet as well. What's going on here?
He took the fucking head off of his
leg days. He skipped every leg day, dude.
Every leg day.
No such thing as a leg day with that one.
He took these photos. Christ.
Oh my god. What the fuck is that? Come back up to that. What the fuck is that?
That Justice League action figure, man. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say.
Nah,
this is a kid's toy for sure.
Yeah. Oh my god. Look at that Batman with the gold. Look at this variant.
It's Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Hey, look at Wonder Woman though.
And he smiled.
You know what? Look at that Joker head in the bottom right.
Look at Wonder Woman's face and look at Batman's right hand.
Classic.
He got the hand on it.
He's got like
his finger up her booty.
That head sculpt looks pretty nice. The fucking body.
Nope.
Throw that in trash.
That body is
the same body we've got like 15 years from DCUC.
God, that's sad.
Man, stop it. We on Predator 17. What?
True. Touche.
There we go. How about this?
Got you, Fabio.
Everybody's favorite Flash.
Oh god. And
oh
the
my god, that really
incorrect posing.
That
That's posing.
Right.
You know what? That guy, right? You know who that guy is right there?
Hmm?
You know who that guy is that you just happened to get caught in that picture? He works for Bandai.
Is that him?
Yes.
Why is he looking up at the air like he's photo bombing? Like
he's probably like, "Yo, this shit is trash."
Yeah, he's pretty unhappy. He's
that's
like,
the
damn, no
dude
competition.
He's just there for the booze and hors d'oeuvres.
Basically, that's the dude that me and Pete interviewed for our Bandai interview, which should be coming up soon this week, I guess. So we got a couple of interviews that's still dropping. I know Pete just been mad busy at work or whatever, but yeah, we got Bandai, we got DC Collectibles, and what else? And I guess a bunch of like other like footage. Oh, we got a quick little Square Enix run through,
Yeah.
Ooh.
and they actually didn't have much product there, honestly. So it's literally
A lot
like
of this is saved for Wonderfest, I believe. Yeah,
but-
it's worth mentioning that Wonderfest happened the same weekend as Toy
right.
Fair.
And usually it's not like that. Usually Wonderfest is like the week before or some shit, right?
Yeah. So like these like big import
The week
names,
after.
like a lot of the
Week
a week
after?
after, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the week after.
A lot of their big shit was like saved for Wonderfest.
So
Which is fine. I get it.
yeah, that's cool.
But bear in mind also, they don't reveals is not the priority at Toy.
You're a robot,
Yeah.
man. What you got on?
Whoa.
But
Yeah, like Emiya was saying, reveals isn't their bag at Toy Fair.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that they revealed a whole bunch of
reveals
really
are
cool
not the
stuff.
priority for Toy Fair. Toy Fair is just it's not for consumers, so it's for people wanting to open up an account.
You know what?
retailers.
This freaking old man Wolverine figure is fucking nice.
Yeah.
No, my wife it is. That old man Logan is a really dope figure.
This is a really nice figure, man.
It's the same. I mean, same old as the what I would consider to be the best Marvel Legends release.
Yeah,
So
yeah, no question. So this is, and just the fact, the playability and shit with it, and switching out the hands and all of that. They should have given us a set of hands that were declawed or whatever, because you don't want to fuck around with these and take the claws out and still have the holes in the fucking knuckles anyway.
yeah.
But I see people swapping out the hands with a bunch of different hands that we've gotten anyway. So
Yep.
but the face actually looks pretty fucking good though. The jacket,
Right. It looks really nice.
everything about this figure is pretty nice. For $20, this is a fucking nice figure, man.
Not gonna front. It's
All
gonna
these
go right in with
horrible ass
the.
wrestling figures you showing us, man.
Yeah. Can we?
fuck all that shit. Fuck Mattel. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess we done talking about Toy Fair. Look for more reviews. More
Is
interviews
that Vince?
coming out. And if I could think of anything else that happened that was funny or interesting before we get out of here tonight, then I'll let you know. But what else was on the docket? What else was on the agenda?
Talk about Logan, non-spoilers.
Oh yeah. Who saw it?
I saw it.
I saw it.
I saw it.
So, I mean, you ain't been saying shit. What you think? And don't be getting all long winded and shit, motherfucker.
It was good.
What you think?
Good movie.
There you go. Short and simple. It was good.
It was good.
Best.
God.
My only gripe with it is mostly that because the timeline for that movie universe is so screwed up, I just don't really see how they can really reconcile it later without time travel. Yeah, that's my only real issue with it. Beyond that, as a standalone movie, I think it's great. It's definitely one of their strongest films. Oddly enough, Fox's strongest films are the two rated R ones. One, you prefer the more fun movie, you like Deadpool, you prefer the more dramatic movie, you like Logan. But both those movies, unfortunately, are hard to kind of fit into that X timeline that they have.
Yep.
So, that's my real issue with it. I mean, the Colossus in Deadpool is obviously not the same Colossus that's in, the X movies. So, unless we're supposed to think he is, I have no idea, but it doesn't seem to be. So,
yeah, they seem like they didn't give a fuck.
I think it was a great movie, though.
My girl, she tried to cry.
I cried at the end, man. I cried.
You know what? I got a little emotional.
I got cried at the end.
Fuck.
I didn't.
You know what? I didn't get emotional at the end though, but like there was quite a few emotional parts throughout the movie that was just like, oh, crazy. First of all, I took my daughter to see it anyway, so that was like kind of like bad parenting, but but she took it like a G though. She was cool with it. She was like, my video game has this violence. It's fine. I'm like, all right.
Right. She cried. That's what I'm saying. You sure she didn't take you to see it?
Basically. So she kind of was like looking at me like, because when certain shit was happening, I'm looking at her like, oh, she's like, what? Like, that's just regular. Like, what are you looking at me for?
Oh man.
So yeah, man. I thought it was really fucking good though, man. I thought it was. You know what? Only thing I didn't like was I think they lost a little bit of steam towards the end, man. The final act wasn't strong enough for me, though, honestly. Like, the whole build up, the whole first act and into the middle was excellent, but the final act
Did
for
you
me,
think the last fight was not good? Is that what you think, or what did you not like
yo,
about the last?
all the fighting was fine for the most part. I didn't like when the kids started coming on screen and that whole thing. I didn't like that the kids were
All made it there with no problems.
Yeah, and that they were meeting there alone. I didn't like that there was no adult supervision at all with them with that whole situation.
Metaphor for like him basically paving the way for the next generation.
I mean, I guess
That was obviously all.
Hey, I don't want to interrupt anybody, but the best part of the movie was when that fat kid was running. Jesus, he was fast. I mean, I ain't trying to spoil it nothing, but that was. I just kept thinking about Terrio. I was like,
"Oh my god!"
The funny thing is that stood out to me too because he was actually booking though.
Yeah, he was moving.
He was out of there, man.
I thought for sure these guys were going to catch up to him. And when they didn't, I was like, this is the most impressive fucking mutant power I've ever seen in my fucking life.
I thought that was his pop, right?
I thought that was his power too. Yeah, I thought that was his power.
I had to think for a second, like, is he actually running faster than, like...
For a split second, I thought he was about to, like, go into hyperspeed, and that was his power. That shit had me crying. Oh, shit, that's funny. But yeah, the movie was very good, man. If you haven't seen it yet, I would definitely recommend that you check. I don't want to give away too much shit, but like, yo, freaking what's homeboy's name at that place, Professor X? I'm drawing a blank right now.
John Stewart.
Patrick
Is it
Stewart.
Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart. Yeah, yo, he had a fucking phenomenal performance, man. Like, I mean, so did Hugh Jackman, but yo, he was believable as this fucking crazy old man type. Like, yo,
he was irritating as hell, like a real old person.
Yeah, he was everybody's grandfather, man. There's no question about it. He was everybody's elderly uncle or grandfather or some shit. Like, yo, it was a very good performance from him. Hugh Jackman's performance was really good. I think this was the best, like, grumpy Wolverine that we ever got and shit too.
Yeah.
And yo, the little chick that played X-23, she was fucking phenomenal too, man.
Yes. It
was great, man.
The acting in general was very good, man. Very good. It's I really didn't have too many gripes.
Where would you rate this from a 1 to 10?
I would give it a strong 8.5 because like I said, I didn't like the final act that much. I like and I didn't like that they didn't give us anything after the credits either. I don't know. I guess we kind of spoiled with that shit by now. Maybe, I don't know. But I give it a 8.5.
I think the whole Deadpool thing at the beginning was what was supposed to make up for not having anything at the end.
You know what?
Yeah.
You might be right about that. But I give it an 8.5 though. It was very good in my opinion. Very good, man.
I think also, not to spoil anything because of the nature of the film. It's kind of like how they said with I guess like Theory of Seven, how they didn't really want anyone to think about anything else except for what was going on in the movie. Because, you put something at the end, you're kind of thinking about another movie, afterwards. Yeah. I think it was more kind of like a respect thing than anything else.
Well, that and the fact that Fox doesn't know what the fuck to do with the X-Men franchise.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is clearly, I mean, even the existence of this movie.
Yeah.
That. So they did this movie because they wanted to do an Old Man Logan movie, not because they wanted to do an X-Men movie or have a movie in their universe. They completely kind of disregarded any kind of real continuity. There's so much unreconcilable continuity in this entire series.
Yeah,
that's the big problem with the movie.
Yeah, I think it was like an 8 too. A lot of people talking about 10s. I didn't see it as a 10. But an 8 most definitely.
Yeah. Even like I said, even if you say 8, it's a strong 8 though. Like it's very, it's worth whatever they're charging at your theater right now.
Is it
on the big screen?
Is it in your top 5 favorite comic book movies of all time?
I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would say that just yet, but it does from just the first initial watch, I will say that it definitely has replay value. It is something that I would definitely see again. So
That's good.
let me see it again. Let me see it again and see how I feel.
The big thing that this film has is that it's kind of a landmark film because of the things that they do in this film. It's kind of like how Deadpool, for this generation, current generation, how being a rated R superhero film can actually do very well.
Yes,
I think this kind of, not only because this is a rated R superhero film, but because this film put basically, by being a rated R film, you're already kind of putting the movie over selling merchandise. But this one in particular, there's almost nothing marketable about it.
Yeah.
As far as like selling merchandise.
Yeah.
You know what it is about this movie? You don't even really gotta like. You don't even really, even though it is, you don't really have to categorize this as a superhero flick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really wasn't. Like, it was no. There was
right.
no
It didn't superhero movie at all.
This shit was just some straight raw like sci-fi movie, basically. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's inspired by Unforgiven, ultimately, so it has a lot of that in common.
I keep getting that vibe that it's like, man, if George Miller got to direct this, it probably would have been taken over the top.
Who's George Miller?
The guy that directed Mad Max films.
I see. Well, this last Mad Max film, I thought was actually pretty shitty. I don't know how they got so many awards and shit.
Okay.
You know what? It wasn't that it was shitty. It was just like real, like, it was like 2 hours of just driving and fighting. Like, it wasn't like
I'm low key hurt. I'm low key.
It wasn't. It was real repetitive, man. It was like real, like,
They drove in one direction and then just turned around and went back there.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. The stunt work and all of that shit was phenomenal, and I think they did win awards for all of that type of shit, as they probably should have. But like, the movie wasn't all of that to me, man. I don't know.
I would go to war for Fury Road. I love that film.
I think the best movie I've seen this year was John Wick.
Have you seen Get Out yet?
Yeah, I've seen Get Out.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that for a bit.
I'm going to say again, the best movie I've seen this year is John Wick.
You know what? I started to watch John Wick on Plex the other day, but the copy wasn't as great, and so I turned it off. But yeah, who saw Get Out? You saw it?
Loved it.
Yeah,
Loved it.
I saw it.
How'd you feel?
Me?
It was.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
That's it? You don't think it was?
I mean, it was good suspense. The problem, I think, I went into the film, I already knew the twist, so a little bit of that was kind of taken away, I guess.
I got you.
Yeah.
I guess
it was very solid movie, very good. I wouldn't say it's the best film I saw. I actually consider probably Logan. I would consider it the best film I've seen recently.
Well, I saw somebody else say this. I think it was on Facebook. It might have been somebody's status or some shit. But like, this is the first time in a long time that I saw two good movies back to back, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I saw Get Out last week, and then
John Wick 2 is also really incredible as well. So.
Which one?
John Wick 2, like Pharaoh said, is also really incredible as well.
Really? All right, yeah.
I'm a great action.
If you haven't seen those films, if you're an action fan, those are great action movies.
Yeah. But
killing, stuff like that, a lot of violence, but also good, character development, for those kind of movies anyway.
I thought Get Out.
The scenes were so well done, man. Like just the scenes, like the lighting, just what they were going for.
The guy, he's not like jumping off walls and stuff. It's very realistic the way the action is done too. So, yeah.
I'm gonna check it out. I thought
well, you actually should go see the fucking movie, man.
In the theater? Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'll check it out. I'll
watch the first one first though.
No, I saw the first one.
Oh, you saw the first one. Okay. You seen the first one, then go see the second.
Okay. All right.
Right back.
What I was gonna say? Oh, just real quick to touch on Get Out though. I thought Get Out was like, I thought it had phenomenal acting. I thought everybody's performance in that movie was very, very good.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really good twist on a horror flick, and it had a new sort of concept, at least something that I've never seen before, with the way that they approached it. And I don't want to ruin that for anybody either, but I thought it was very smart. And
I think it's definitely a film that, like, not to interrupt you, but that I agree that you don't want to go in spoiled at all.
No, definitely not. You definitely want to. Yeah, it's a good movie though. I would definitely recommend that you check it out. And homeboy that directed and wrote the movie is Key. Is it Key or Peel? It's Key, right?
Peel.
I don't know.
It's
Peel?
Peel.
All right, so it's Peel.
Shorter one.
I listen to a podcast called the Combat Jack Show a lot. And he was recently on that talking about it. So if you want to at least check out that one episode of Combat Jack, it's on SoundCloud. It's a pretty good interview. I would check that out too. After you see the movie, though, don't listen to the interview before you see the movie. But yeah. Who else? P, you seen Logan? Yeah, right.
Yeah, I saw Logan. I saw the first showing on Thursday night. I was so amped to see it.
Was it packed?
Yeah, it was pretty packed. Like, we have a local comic book shop, like maybe right down the road from the theater, so they always come out for the first showings. The whole crew's there. They like toss out shirts, like, you know, they're really cool dudes, and we sold the calendars at their store too.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have a really good rapport with them. And they're really cool dudes. But I loved it, man. That movie was so good. Like you said earlier, I considered this movie to almost become more. It's more than just a comic book movie. It actually went beyond that and just became a straight up good film. Period. Mm-hmm. It's something I can suggest to friends and family who don't really fuck with comic book movies. If they just want to see a good movie, that's it. Period. Go watch that. So
definitely.
I really like that. I think the best
Let me
way.
ask you guys something.
What's up?
How much does it cost to go to the movies where you guys live?
You know what? That's a good question because I want to know what
$17.
Everybody, you said what?
$15 to $17 for IMAX.
Jesus.
Like that.
Well,
yeah.
I saw a matinee for Logan, and 2 adult tickets came out to about $20. It was $12 each, but on a regular day, I think regular movie tickets is like $18 or some shit now. I think, I don't know.
Yeah, I have an IMAX theater as well. Our 7 o'clock showing in IMAX was $25 for me and Becca, but it wasn't in 3D, so that's why it was so cheap. Usually when it's in 3D, it's like $32 each.
Yeah, $30-something, definitely. Yeah.
You know how much it costs to go to the movies here, man?
Yeah,
$5.
Fuck you.
Wow. Yeah, I remember
$5, $7 for the 3D movies.
How's that possible? That must mean popcorn is $72.
Yeah,
nah, man. Like you get the large refillable bucket of popcorn and 2 sodas for $19.
Wow.
Well, that is a lot compared to.
I remember here in the '90s we used to have a dollar movie theater, but it was like
we got that
like
here too. We got
Wednesday night or some shit like that. Yeah, and then it had one
now,
up to $2.
Now some theaters here it's like $7 regular or $8 regular, and then on Tuesdays it's $5. But I mean, for the most part, man, I mean it's cheap to go to the movies here.
Well, you would think it'd be easy for them to make these box office smash with as much money as they charging at the fucking box office for a movie, man. What's Logan looking like right now as far as in comparison to, I guess, Deadpool and other comic movies and shit? Did they smash this weekend or what?
Logan did very, very well, especially considering it's a rated R movie.
So 70 million opening weekend.
Yeah, like around the late 60s, early 70s in the States, and then projected probably another 100 million outside of internationally. So that's
crazy though.
R film.
Yeah, it did 70 million, 100%, and it's at the top of the box office right now. Yeah, it just
crazy because my girlfriend was like, "It's rated R. You're gonna take him to see this rated R?" It's like, dude, that's Wolverine. I'm gonna go take him to see Wolverine if it's rated X. Like it's Wolverine. Like,
I will say one thing. This was a very respectfully done R movie. It was just violence. There's one case of titties in the movie.
Right.
And that's it. And it makes sense.
Thank you for the heads up.
Oh yeah, of course.
My arm extended for the eye covering right immediately, so that worked out. The violence was nothing, but
yeah,
I was a little
games. Yeah, that's it. I think like
clutch stuff.
Yeah, this is a perfect example of how to make a movie rated R, but like you don't have like. There's this really weird stigma with movies that get the R rating that they're all like, yo, let's throw everything in here. Let's throw fucking titties and fucking puss and blow and heroin. Like, you don't need that shit.
You said heroin?
Yeah, like just
I think it really depends on what kind of movie it is. Obviously, if the movie is all about exploitation and you want to have that stuff, that's what
yeah, of course. Yeah, it's a case
by
case.
For a superhero film, this was pretty good. This and Deadpool are both really good.
Close your window, Emiya, or whatever you got open, because you're on robot mode right now.
But yeah, to touch on what Emiya was saying, like this is a good use of the R for Logan. It was just hyper violent, and they dropped mad F-bombs, and rightfully so.
Yeah, but it wasn't like over the top though. It wasn't like, oh, we could curse now, so it's on. Like you were saying, basically. Like
it was all very natural,
Definitely.
Yeah,
it was not gratuitous.
Yeah, nothing gratuitous. I think the biggest issue I have when I think of like oversaturation, just because you get the R, is like that Power Ranger fan film that came out a couple of years ago, and like how about a rated R Power Rangers movie, like fucking titties and drugs and F-bombs and. I'm like, yo, this doesn't need to be here. Just make it super violent and whatever. Like, that's all you really need. You don't need some dude having a fucking threesome with two strippers and snorting blow off their titties. Like, I couldn't wrap my brain around that entire fan film. And my girl went to college with the director of that movie, and I'm like, yo, tell your guy to fucking chill, man.
Wow, he's out here.
Get him on the phone and tell him to chill.
He's out here. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that what you talked about, I thought that fit though. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's an opinion. I personally I wasn't feeling it. Like in the moment when I saw it, I was like, this is pretty cool. But then like I think the whole stigma around it, like, man, we should get a movie like this. Like, do you really want that in theaters? I don't know. I think it works great for an internet fan film and exists in that role.
Right.
But I couldn't see them doing something like I couldn't get behind the whole movement of like
who are behind the IP for the Sentai stuff would never let that type of thing happen.
Oh yeah, of course not.
What's funny about this Logan movie is that the trailers really didn't do this shit any justice. From the very beginning, the trailers were kind of ass, really. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The trailers were fine. Very dramatic.
The first once they finally showed that X-23 was going to be a part of it, it kind of like, got you a little more upbeat about seeing it. But I didn't think the trailers really did anything for it. And that's probably because they couldn't really show most of the shit that was like really dope about the trailers.
That's very true.
I mean, about the movie.
I think the trailers.
Well, I think when X-23 was spinning around and doing her little flips and shit, it kind of got you to be like, oh, okay, well,
right.
At least she's not going to just be standing there growling.
Don't be fooled, man. That's not even the tip of the iceberg with her and with the movie and shit. So like, yo, go out and see that fucking movie. It was the choreography on all the fight scenes was very, very well done too. And they don't waste any time, yo. From the opening scene, you in the thick of things and shit. So
truly,
yeah,
very
good
very
to know.
well done,
No, I'm more excited to see that film for sure.
All right, so do we want to take some questions or some shit, or look at while we look at maybe some pictures or something?
Yeah, if you guys have some questions that you want to have answered by the podcast squad, please post them up. I will be, I guess, manning the chat since Fabio isn't here, so I'll scroll through.
And Rick is also gone too.
I've returned.
He's back now.
I've returned.
Right.
I was waiting for the right moment. I wasn't gonna come out and go, "Gotcha, motherfucker!"
Can you
Surprise,
screen share?
motherfucker.
Can you screen share it?
Can I screen share? I can. So Rick,
You
you
want me to
got
go
it?
to the Facebook?
Yeah, I mean,
the
just look at some pictures, I guess. Unless P could do it or whoever. I can't. I don't. My shit's not working right. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I can't do it right now.
I'll do it.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Rick said, "I'm on the case."
When the homie say they need back up, I'm there.
All right, so for the first question we have for Marvel Action, what's the release on Invisible Woman and Black Panther? Well, Invisible Woman is a Walgreens exclusive, so that's probably going to be during the summer, I believe. So August.
Which means that we'll probably really see that shit in like June. It'll be leaked out.
Yeah, exactly. And then for Black Panther, considering that's a Walmart exclusive, I'm not entirely sure about that.
That's going to be the hardest one to get.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because Walmart's like the most, at least from my experience, is the most inconsistent. Like Target, Toys R Us, all those, like Walgreens, they usually, if you hit them enough, you'll always see it. You can go to Walmart every day and never see their exclusives.
Definitely.
So
You know what's crazy is that certain Walmarts are starting to recognize the UPC as a valid SKU, because most times when you take the UPC and you use it on the scanners, it's just going to say "See an associate for help," and certain ones are starting to see it on their scanners and in their tails on guns. So I mean, it really depends. Like Emiya said, though, it is one of those things where it's just horribly like put out, and it's not even about a distribution thing. It's really Walmart employees. Walmart employees are pretty horrible when it comes down to stocking toys.
They just don't give a shit. That's the number one thing. They just don't care. Yeah.
Well, you know, it depends on the Walmart. You're right. It's you know, I don't go to any inner city Walmarts.
Exactly. That's the thing.
I don't. If it's inner city, I don't go to it because it's one of those things where literally they would play musical pegs with figures. Like they would,
Musical,
you know what I mean? Like it'd be a bunch of. I mean, there'd be a bunch of empty pegs, so they'd just say, you know what? This peg has 6 Avengers figures. Let's just put them on these Spider-Man and X-Men hooks. 1 figure per hook. Like
it's pretty bad. Not gonna lie.
After we do that, let's go to the back and smoke a joint type shit.
Well, let's see. There's also another question from Challen Fantastic. He asks, "Do you guys care about DC icons?" I can say, yeah. I mean,
I care. I care.
I have as much of it as possible. When that comes out,
I care to the point to where I bought everything that they put out except Aquaman.
That's like the one that I'm like, damn, that figure is actually heavily slept on. If that's the case.
Well, it's not that I slept on the figure. It's just that I don't know what they're going to do as far as that box set goes. So they're going to give me that figure over again. There's no sense in me buying it single.
True.
That box that comes out next week.
Great. Are you sure it comes out next week, or is it not? Or is it listed to ship week after next?
It should be this week. They just unboxed it on DC Collectibles. It's coming out this coming week.
Okay.
They unboxed that one and the Ultimate Batman, the animated series Batman as well.
What's the retail on it?
I think the box set's $100, right?
It's really cheap.
Oh,
the box set's $100. I think the Batman is like what, $40?
Oh my god.
Something like that? I don't remember. I know the box set I think is $100. I think.
It should be. It's really cheap. I remember that when I saw.
You could definitely find it online for $100. I'm not sure the brick and mortar store will charge like that.
In the chat, Uncanny Assassin says $85 on BBTS, but when you add like tax and shipping,
on BBTS also they give a slight discount. They don't charge the full retail.
Yeah.
So probably if it's $85 on BBTS, that probably means it's $110.
Yeah.
So they usually give a slight discount. So.
And then speaking of Uncanny Assassin, he asks, if you had to pay $30 for a Marvel Legends figure, what would you want it to have? As if $30 was the new $20 price.
A $10 bill.
Exactly.
I mean, for some people, they are already close to $30. I mean, in New York, you more or less consider that they're $25.
Well,
in overseas,
in Canada,
Canada,
it's $30 basically.
Yeah. So
it's rough for them, man.
And in the UK, it's pretty much like a $30 figure too.
Yeah. But I mean,
Chicago is like that too, because when I drove to Chicago to get some legends or whatever, I got them all to the register, and I thought I was going to pay $19.99 for them. And I think they were like $22.99 or something like that. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, I've seen that price jump a bit everywhere, unfortunately. I mean, if we're gonna actually have to start hauling out $30 per action figure and stuff, like it better come with Build-A-Figure pieces and a ton of accessories each time. Like basically have that Deadpool from the first X-Men wave plus like really significant Build-A-Figure parts and an alternate head and alternate hands. Like that's the only way that I would like be remotely, okay with the $30 if that's the case.
So, and otherwise, I guess you'd still buy them, but you'd grudgingly buy them.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm sort of like locked in at this point, but
yeah.
Give me more. Give me more if that's the case. Let's see. True Star Screamer asks, store or display your figures? When not photographing them, where do you keep your figures is what he's asking. So when you don't photograph them, where do you keep them? In my detail.
I keep my shit in a giant bin. I'm not setting up. I don't have anything set up or anything.
Yeah, I pretty much I stick with the good old detolf, and then if I'm ever like wanting to photograph and stuff, like I just take them out of there.
No, I think it's a matter of how much space one person has.
Yeah. Lord knows I do have my bin of like extras and stuff. So.
Well, I'll tell you what. This year, I'm answering for Emiya because I know he's got a bunch of shit displayed. But this year, I'm gonna make it out to Emiya's crib with my boy Danny, and I'm a shoot his shit, some of his shit. He's got a bunch of shit on display, a bunch of statues and crazy stuff, and like. Probably the illest collection out of any of us, and as far as like displaying the shit. But to answer for myself though, I definitely keep some stuff on display. I like people to come over and see the shit, and like certain things I have out specifically for display, basically.
It's a fun conversation starter.
Yeah, no question.
Every single time I've had people over, they're like, "Wow, you really like action figures," and I'm like, "Yeah, don't judge."
The question from earlier, it seemed like, at least it seemed like that 7-pack for DC Collectibles is actually retail that's $80 because everybody has it at $80.
Oh wow!
Has it? A.C.B.A. Collectibles, they all have it for $79.99. Big Bad Toy Store.
Yeah, I mean
that's Big Bad Toy Store have it crossed out at. I'm assuming what's the actual?
I don't have to pay right now.
Yeah.
Well, you got your computer up. Look it up really quick.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up. Let's see. Yeah, because the thing is, once BBTS or someone charges everyone will follow suit. They don't want to lose business. So like, yeah, let's market the same price. So.
All right. Another question. Doug Cooper asks, Rick, did you hear about the new Storm Collectibles 112 Ringside Collectibles Hollywood Hogan?
You bet your ass I did, and I'm buying that 1,000 times over, my friend.
Oh shit, we got a
retail price is $100.
So.
Yeah,
retail price is $100.
Okay.
We got an interview with Storm Collectibles coming out too. I forgot about that. So yeah, we talked about the Hulk Hogan figure too.
Very cool.
Well, this was brand new. It wasn't revealed at Toy Fair yet.
Yes, it was.
Keiyo, was that a Toy Fair? The one.
Not the 6-inch one. You could talk.
No, I knew it wasn't.
Oh, this was a 6-inch one. I didn't hear that. So.
Yeah, they're doing a Hollywood Hogan. Apparently, supposed to be Ringside Collectibles exclusive.
Really?
Supposedly, I mean they're the ones who unveiled the news.
You know what? I noticed about like looking for pictures of wrestling figures. Like, how does Ringside Collectibles have like the monopoly on like stock photos of like you can't find this shit anywhere unless it's
all the companies. Even Tamashi Nations, they get their data from Ringside Collectibles.
Wow.
Yeah, Ringside Collectibles, as far as wrestling figures go, they're like the top authority.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed. I'm like, yo, like, jeez, I can't find nothing unless it's through Ringside for wrestling.
I mean, I don't collect wrestling figures myself, but Rick always tells me like that's the number one place to buy. If you are
There is
wrestling
no.
figures, that's the spot.
There is a place you go to buy wrestling figures and Ringside Collectibles. Like people don't even hunt in stores anymore, and if you do, it's just because you like and doesn't have a credit card or like doesn't like PayPal or something. If you're not buying through Ringside Collectibles, they make it like so you don't even have to be searching for something like that in the stores anymore. And the thing is though, what people have to remember with that Hollywood Hulk Hogan is sadly that is all we're gonna get. They have no license for anybody else but Hulk Hogan himself.
Yeah, so there's going to be a whole bunch of different versions of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, and hopefully we get a Mike Tyson. That'd be sick.
I think Mike Tyson looks like it's probably going to happen.
Yeah, I'd have to. Yeah,
probably going to happen. I mean, all the muscular guys, man. That's what they're all about, you know. So,
man, you know.
Alrighty, well, we have another question from Sonic Rockman X. He asks, how many cutouts are in the new cutouts? It doesn't say, apparently.
It's sorry, I'm editing video and other shit, but it's a regular pack, so 25.
So 25 Sonic Rockman, and then he also asks, are the cutouts ready to ship, or is it a pre-order?
Yo, Sonic Rockman, sit your ass down, man. No, I'm just fucking with you. Nah, they are just about ready to ship. They will start shipping on Tuesday or Wednesday, the latest. So yeah, this week they'll be shipping. A lot of people will start getting them this week.
Alrighty, and then one final little question from that. He asks, Boog, why is there a coupon option when ordering from the shop, yet I never see any way to get coupons?
I think it's just there. It's just an option on the that we never toggle to take it off, but it doesn't actually do anything. There have been times where we have offered coupon codes, or maybe we set up something specifically for somebody else if we had like a private sale for somebody that wanted to buy something through the shop, or if I didn't like trust somebody and I wanted them to buy some shit directly through the shop, or whatever the case may be. So it's there and it's just not toggled off.
The coupon code is to steal your credit card information.
No, never.
Hey.
But yeah, we will be offering some type of discount thing coming up in the next couple of months too. Actually, just kind of like a thank you and a give back to everybody who's been consistently purchasing stuff. But yeah, I guess it's just something that we need to fix. We actually are going to be updating the website again very soon too, to make it better and look better and operate better, and make it where the blog is like primarily the thing that you see when you go. I mean, obviously you'll still be able to shop and shit, but we want to get people like True Starscreamer and Brandosaurus Rex and my man Toy Addict 26 to consistently write on the blog, on the website too, and get a lot more blog posts and start directing some of the traffic from the fan page to the website too. So that's part of the plan for this year too, is to upgrade the website. But yeah, that wasn't even part of your question, but I told you a bunch of shit. All right.
The Beyonce.
Excellent. All right, so Articulated Method asks, what do you guys think of the Figma One Punch Man? Is it worth purchasing?
I fucking hate that shit.
It's worth purchasing because it's no other 6-inch figure, I think, that's articulated of One Punch Man.
If you like
that cape is horrible. I'm gonna tell you that out the gate.
Yeah, the cape is whack, but
very,
the figure's
very
not bad. I got to mess around with Pancho's figure. It's not a bad figure actually, but the cape is whack.
Yeah, if you like the character,
You
buy it.
mess around with Pancho's figure, huh?
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, I do.
Is it streamlined?
I think the figure is good. I mean, a lot of guys don't seem like they like Figmas very much. I don't mind them personally. However, like I said before, the problem is his build, in my opinion, doesn't work for both versions. It works for the more comedic version because he's kind of slim. But I think for the serious head, they need to make a new, more muscular, more buffed up body.
Definitely.
So, I
Put
think
it on
it's definitely
Billy Harrington.
you could have sold 2 different versions, but obviously they didn't want to take the risk and they sold 1 version. So
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, has SHF been,
Bandai.
like, yeah, have they shown anything in regards to One
No.
Punch Man? No?
They had One Punch Man on their poll before, but there's no indication they're planning to grab that at all. The problem with Bandai is they don't really seem to have a lot of confidence when it comes to trendy licenses. They prefer the more legacy licenses, stuff like Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball, One Piece, things like that. They don't really like to pick up. They don't really like to pick up newer anime licenses. They tried. They did the Love Live. They did the Cardcaptor Sakura, and they completely fail in comparison to in competition with the Figma versions. So, I think because of stuff like those situations, they've been a little more iffy. So they stick with the stuff that they do well. Obviously, Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, Naruto. Legacy licenses.
You know what? If they're going to be sticking to that formula, I would really like to see them tackle Yu Yu Hakusho.
Well, Yu Yu Hakusho actually is not. It's kind of a legacy license, but it actually falls into the more not as casual fan category right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's something that Bandai would do. I honestly think looks-wise, I think Max Factory would do a better job visually. But again, it depends. Obviously, when it comes to the articulation, generally SHF has more range. But I mean, it's something that that's actually never been on any polls, Yu Yu Hakusho. So I don't know if they actually have any plans for that.
I would really personally love to see that, just because I want that core group.
And
really
Yu Yu Hakusho, the other thing is, it's very popular among the girl fans. So it actually falls more in the category of something that a Good Smile or Max Factory would do, because they appeal. They actually have a stronger female consumer base than Bandai does. So,
God, man, I just want to see, like, articulated versions of Hiei, Kuwabara, Kurama, and Yusuke.
Kurama?
Like, I just want all 4. I mean, they don't even need to give me anything from, like, the Demon arc or anything. Just the beginning.
no, I mean, if they did them, obviously you'd get multiple versions of Hiei and Kurama because they're the most popular. Kuwabara would probably be some kind of exclusive.
Yeah, the white
like a version of Yusuke. Yusuke and Kuwabara are not popular. So, and then you'd probably get Karasu. Karasu's super popular. You get those like other characters that are pretty popular, So
that would be pretty dope.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
Avenger Vasti asks, what do you guys recommend for shooting fighting scenes, since a lot of people on the page struggle with that? Good posing?
A camera. Psych.
A lot of it is posing. You have to understand how motion works. So you should watch a lot of. I mean, I guess I watch a lot of action movies, so I have a good understanding of it. But motion and also how you angle the shot also makes a big difference as well. You want to give a feeling of movement. So that's really it.
Pretty much. I mean, it really does come down to what is anatomically correct. I mean, you pretty much apply the common sense of, okay.
You have to know the physics.
Yeah, exactly. It's just physics knowledge. If you throw your punch this way, what's going to happen to the object getting punched? But let's see, what else do we have here? Sonic Rockman X asks, Rick and Emiya, are there bootlegs of the Sentinel NT Mega Man? Because there's a seller on eBay who has been selling them without the box, but are legit apparently. Have you heard of this?
Someone actually messaged me about that yesterday. I looked into it, and it looks like they're just factory rejects.
I was just about to say, when they tell you specifically they have a bunch and there's no box, it's usually factory rejects or stolen factory.
Yeah. And this is actually pretty common for Figmas and other figures as well. Play Arts Kai too. Often, people who work in the factory, they'll just take whatever stuff didn't make the QC check, and they'll just sell them at a fraction of the price. It's a good way to, if you just want the figure and you're not really concerned about a couple of scuffs here and there on the figure, and you don't really mind not having a box, it's a good way to get it. But if they say it's legit, it usually means it's legit. When it's a knockoff, they never use the word knockoff. They'll say it's the China version.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but those are a thing. The actual factory QC rejects that are a thing.
Alrighty, let's see. TF Nut 64 asks, what figures would you guys like to see from Mezco 112?
John Wick.
Oh,
Hell
John
yeah.
Wick. I mean, I wouldn't mind them tackling something along the lines of
Neo.
Oh, Neo would be great. I don't think they'll ever do it.
that would be pretty dope.
I want someone to do a good Matrix.
That would be really sick.
I
And
agree.
I mean, the clothing, it would be perfect for that.
Yeah.
That would be
And John
actually
Wick.
Yeah, you could just slap a beard on Keanu and just make John Wick, honestly.
I want them to give us a Get Out. A Get Out, that would be dope. If we could get Chris and if we could get the TSA agent, that would be dope. Best friend. Everyone needs a friend like Rod.
You know,
Yes, motherfucking A.
my number one, you know, the most typical answer. My number one want for Mezco 112 is for them to make a Static Shock. Because I'm making that jacket in that
Oh yeah,
scale.
that would be huge for them. That would be huge for them. Though.
I'd cry. I'd buy at least 3.
That would be sick. Not gonna lie. Let's see, what else do we have here? If you guys have posted any questions previously, please repost them. I know that one individual said that I skipped this question, but I just didn't see it. There's a lot of chat.
Go actually, Jamal. I don't know what his screen name is or whatever, but
It's J Chico.
yeah.
Did he by any chance?
You guys skip my fucking question.
I didn't skip it. I just can't see everything.
Yeah, Chico's the man. Big shout out to Chico, man. Realest dudes in the game.
But let's see. In the meantime, Teo2992 asks, does Articulated Icons have any representation in the stock market?
Nah, they're not a public company yet.
Yeah, I was about to say that's like
It's literally a bunch of guys that are still in current other companies trying to do their own thing.
Yeah, you got to be on a whole nother level to get your company to go public. I don't even know if you would call Articulated Icons a company per se. I mean, like, you know, but
I consider it more like a group. Yeah,
it's a collective. They're a collective.
Yeah, collective. You know, a couple guys. You know, trying to get their feet wet in this game.
Just guys being dudes.
Just a couple dudes doing it up, dude.
Chico asked, did they have the Pulp Fiction Jules and Vincent figures in their casual clothes with the shorts?
You know what? Nah, they didn't actually. They had them in
Diamond Selected. Supposed to do them, ain't
right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Diamond Selected did it. I think they were just regular shit. He wouldn't let us shoot it, so I can't go back.
Right.
I believe it was just regular stuff. They look good, though. They look very good.
They did look very good, though.
I really enjoyed them. My favorite thing about that whole interview, Boog, was when you were just like, they're coming out next month, right? Next month, right? For sure, right?
He was like, listen, you keep saying that. I'm not committing to that.
It's so funny. Oh, man.
Yeah, yo, shout out to Zach Odo, man. He's always a real cool, down to earth dude, man.
Always the professional. Well, you keep on putting him on.
I need to meet Zach because Zach wasn't feeling me too much either. He said I should. Huh?
Well, he's a real company man. He's gonna ride for his shit.
No.
You know?
I mean, I ain't mad at that, but I mean, he was just like, I shitted over the War Machine figure, and he just was. You could just tell he was like, man.
Oh man,
I could see that though.
No.
Let's see.
I don't know, man.
Oh, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna move on. BT.DBS asks, Colossus neck minds changed? Like, have you guys changed your mind in regards to like the high neck on the new Colossus figure?
You know what? I meant to talk about that in the review. That was one thing that I did say that. I did say that the head sits kind of high on the neck. So yeah, it is a little high.
With the
I'm
next
thinking that it might be, maybe it's intentional for like when they, give us like a classic Colossus with like the large shoulder pads. Maybe
Could be. Could be.
But the neck it gets so skinny towards where it sits up high at, man. It just looks really weird.
Yeah, it looks a little weird for sure. But
Yeah, it definitely looks weird.
That figure
The
grew.
bearded one looks nice on it.
You know what? I didn't
And
even.
the
The very
bearded head.
yeah.
Skull. It looks better with the bearded head anyway.
You know what? I didn't read. I wasn't up on X-Men when that look appeared. That's supposed to be like Future Colossus or some shit, right?
Well, yeah, that, and then it's basically the same look that he has from Extraordinary X-Men, which is all a part of All New, All Different Marvel.
I see.
So it's definitely more modern looking. I mean, people don't really say it, but the Old Man Logan that we got, it's right out of the Extraordinary X-Men.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Same costume.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. TF Nut asks, if you wanted to make your own toy line like Mythic Legions and Articulated Icons, what would you want to make?
Nah, chill.
No, chill.
I can't be. We can't be talking.
I won't be buying those figures when the Kickstarter comes up.
I can't say shit.
I dig it. So hopefully that answers your question, TF Nut. Not chill.
We're not at liberty to discuss that right now.
And I quote, not chill.
Not chill. Get that tatted on you so you never forget. Memento style.
Boog Nice was quoted as saying, not chill.
Not chill.
Not chill.
The reason behind this answer, we don't know yet.
That's the Super Duty top secret. Let's not discuss it at the time.
I would do all bad guys, like gangsters, fucking burglars, robbers, whatever the fuck it would be. But pretty much, I think that would be something to flush out some lines and shit. If you had, saboteurs, all types of shit.
I feel as though
I'll tell you fans this right now, an inside scoop. If we were ever to make street thugs, there is no question that one of them has to look like Pharaoh.
Oh my god!
I didn't hear what you said. You went out. What you say?
If I don't have a Pharaoh action figure by the time I die, I riot, man.
Man, no. Because the first time one of these pussy motherfuckers take a picture of my figure getting bent over some stupid shit, I'm gonna flip.
And
I already have a Pharaoh action figure.
oh man.
Prototype. Remember the weird Boog Nice action figures? Remember when the dude did the one custom Boog Nice looked like a jigaboo with the he used that fucking San Diego Comic Con figure, whatever, painted it black.
The
nerd, right?
Yeah, that was funny. That is funny.
Or really put Boog's face.
I gotta find that picture. I gotta find who did that. I forgot who it was, but yeah,
I forget what figure that was. Fucking not MODOK. Fucking
Arnim Zola.
Oh y'all, what the fuck? Red Skull's little homie.
Arnim Zola.
Arnim Zola.
Yeah, Arnim Zola. That shit.
You know what? Enium Reg had done those Arnim Zola like things, and he had got people doing their own, and he did like a little tutorial showing you how you could switch out the face and put your own face in there and shit.
He even did one of Nando, I remember.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
Enium Reg is the man, dude. His customs were always cheap and top notch.
Yeah, you know what? He's still around. I still see him on Instagram and shit sometimes. He's just not like really like.
It seems like
I don't know.
True Starscreamer says that we need a na chill as a cutout. I agree. I really do agree.
There it is.
If we can absolutely get that going, that would be perfect. It'll be a part of the A.C.B.A. Commentary cutout packs. We can have one that's like, man, Randy ... for Pharaoh.
And we could have a Fabio if you don't stop with that.
Hey Fabio, if you don't stop with that naked shit.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I want to mod this freaking Cyclops, but I need to know who's the person that did that first?
Dave Bronx.
Dave.
Dave
first. I think
Yeah, he
Did it
John.
first.
Nah, John P
He
did
did,
it first.
he did it first. No, John P. told Dave what to do.
Right.
Oh,
Right. Right.
wow. That's where first place I seen it was Dave.
All right. In the meantime, let's see.
Chico, where's your question, man?
Yeah.
Answer Chico's question immediately.
He already got it answered. I thought.
Oh. Well,
Did
never
you get any
mind.
chance to get any Hennessy figures?
Hennessy figures.
It was about the Pulp Fiction stuff though.
Oh, okay.
Mr. and Mrs. Hennessy, that'd be incredible.
Ooh, Odom figuration. Since this is sort of like a time-sensitive question, I'll ask it first. Is the World Championship tournament due today for round 3?
Yeah, 11:59
11:59. You heard it. So
Pacific
if you
time.
don't-
Pacific time. You still actually
got four hours and 53 minutes. So get it going if you don't have it done already.
So yeah, if you're just a spectator, those videos will start popping up in a few hours on the fan page on the events tab. I guess we'll like invite as many people as we can to see it, but and post the link in a few different places too. We'll post a link in a group, I guess too. But yeah, it's 10 o'clock. Yeah, I want to see Homeland. I'm leaving.
All right, let's wrap it up then.
Let's take one more question though. We didn't even get to look at pictures like that.
All right.
I was scrolling through pictures.
Yeah, he was. We just wasn't saying shit.
Thanks,
Let's see. So, Captain McKay Random, your thoughts on Storm's Mortal Kombat line?
Fantastic.
I got a chance to handle one of the figures for the first time at Toy Fair and at the end of the Storm interview, and it's a really fucking nice figure, man. It's a really, really nice figure. Emiya says that they might have some issues with the figures down the line as far as longevity. You want to talk about that, Emiya?
Which issues?
Storm.
What about them?
The Scorpion.
You were saying something about the plastic for them, that you think that they might have issues long term.
Oh, I mean, I don't think there'd be any major issues. I just think they have the softer plastic, so depending on where you live, if you live in the area where there's a lot of how could I say humidity, you might see some cracking and stuff, like what happened with their Mike Tysons and stuff. But I think it's overall, if you live in the States, you're fine.
But
everywhere else, we don't know.
But my first impression when I got to handle one was, this is a fucking nice figure. I said
Very
that like
heavy.
10 times.
Very heavy. They're going for a more, since they primarily originally start off as a 1/6 scale company, they have that very heavy feel versus like an SHF or a Figma, which is more light, has more of a hollow feeling. Storm Collectibles wants to go for more of a premium kind of 1/6 scale feeling. Like the plastic feels very solid, like very dense by comparison.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they're going for versus the SHF. They actually made those comparisons when I spoke with them, and they are saying that the SHF and Figma, they feel very not as powerful, not as strong, more hollow feeling like a model kit, versus their stuff is more like, feels like you're picking up like a Hot Toys. Like it has that very dense plastic that they use on the muscular bodies and stuff.
I would definitely recommend that you pick up one. I would definitely recommend that you pick up one and see how you're feeling, because when I actually got to mess around with the figure, it made me want to buy it. I won't even lie. And I kept saying from the beginning that I was not going to buy these figures, but I might get the Scorpion and Sub-Zero at the very least.
I
and
think
maybe
that
the reptile too. Yeah.
The only thing that stops me from investing in is that I'm not a fan of Mortal Kombat 1 or 2 designs.
Well, I'm not huge into the video game shit, period. So that was part of the hold up with me too. Video game figures, really. Even though I do feel like I want to get into the figure art Street Fighter shit though, especially after the interview with Homeboy. So I don't know.
I'm mad they didn't reveal M. Bison yet.
Well, it's coming for sure, man. The way that it seemed is that they're all in for Street Fighter 5 designs and shit, basically through figure arts. I mean, so
yeah, absolutely. They're totally in. on making the SHF roster. That is the plan.
Now all you need to do is do the most important thing. You just need to buy them.
Yeah, you can't be
buy them, then you derail the whole plan.
Yeah,
Right.
you can't be skipping a character because you don't really like this guy.
You know what?
One and the next one may not be made.
One of the things that Homeboy said that stood out to most to me in an interview was like, that they wanted to show the fans that they were really dedicated to the line by putting out a really obscure character to begin with and a female character to begin with. So they putting out the Chun-Li and they putting out
Rashid,
right? Well, they showed but Cammy's not. I don't know if that's first, but Chun-Li
Cammy is the one after Rashid.
Okay, so they putting out some kind of obscure and a female character, which
they started off with the two characters everyone starts off with. Ryu and Chun-Li. Those are the characters everybody starts off with. They're the most iconic. And then they're doing Rashid, which in my opinion is not really an obscure character, especially if you're a Street Fighter V fan. He's a pretty popular character, but I guess he's not a legacy character.
Okay.
So, I guess that's considered a risk because he's not a legacy character.
Yeah, I wasn't like I said, I'm not the hugest fighting game video gamer. And when I play video games, it's got to be a shooter or something like Grand Theft or something like that. But I'm not really big on the fighting.
If we don't get a Dan figure, I'm gonna be really upset.
Hogan's not in Street Fighter V, so.
Oh, well, that sucks. Is Sagat in?
Sagat's not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Maybe later. It'll happen.
No. Sagat was part of Street Fighter V, though, right?
No.
Oh, he wasn't?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You said who?
Sagat. I got whatever.
Sagat. You know what? Okay. When I beat the game, I haven't updated since in a while. So I don't know who they added since, but I know it was Balrog.
Street Fighter V is gonna have Sagat eventually. That's not really a secret anymore. But as of right now, he's not part of the roster.
Wait, I thought Street Fighter V already came out. I'm confused.
Street Fighter V is out, and
but it's
been out.
DLC.
Okay, it's a downloadable character. Okay, I got you. All right.
Yeah, he's gonna come. He's already been teased. There's a trailer out for him and everything. But again, unfortunately, not yet. Maybe.
Got you. Understood. All right, let's take one more question, and I got shit that I gotta do.
Well, it's not really a question, but Punker Mike was saying that he can put up a video of the swap with the Old Man Logan and the Cyclops.
Oh yeah, do that. I'll definitely link it to the fan page. Do it. I was gonna do it in my review of the figure, but I haven't been able to hook up with Dave to borrow his figure, basically. so yeah, if you want to do it, go for it. I'll definitely link it, and it will be a much needed video from people in the community. I'm sure for people in the community.
Definitely. But let's see what to pick for the last question. Articulated Method asks, have you guys pre-ordered Nappa and the updated Scouter Vegeta?
Yeah,
definitely.
1,000%.
Definitely.
It's
I bought Vegeta just so I can scalp it.
and the Ash Team Rocket, they're all getting.
Oh yeah. That new
Power
Pokemon, man, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I can't buy that shit. I'm sorry, y'all.
I bought Ash. I bought Ash because Ash is only like $30.
You know what turned me off? You know what turned me off about it was looking at Pikachu and Meowth and how they was just like Pokemon is the star of the show. Why aren't they articulated and good figures like the human figures? Like, you know what I'm saying?
They tried with
Pikachu. It's kind of hard when it's smaller. You see that Pikachu?
Pikachu is awful.
Yeah.
That's what kind of turned me off. It's like, all right, well, it looks like y'all nailed the. Yeah, I bought that big ass dumb shit that wasn't in scale with anything.
Yeah, I think it's just when it comes to doing Pokemon in a 6-inch scale, small Pokemon like Pikachu and Meowth, like at that point, it's almost not even worth it trying to articulate it and do that kind of technology. I'd much rather buy like when I was up there for Toy Fair, we went by the Japanese bookstore, and I just bought like blind boxes of Pikachu static figures that were in different poses.
Yeah, you know what? I was about to say that. Well, maybe they could have just did like a variation like that in the pack with the Ash though, like just different static Pikachu's. One that he can hold, one that's in attack mode.
It looks like this Ash does have two bodies for his Pikachu. One where he's like perched, and one where he's like.
Yeah.
So it does have two bodies. So that's pretty cool.
I think specifically about the Pikachu with the Ash is like there is already so many Pikachus out there at various poses throughout different lines. It's like why even bother?
Right.
like that one, like those ones that you have, Pancho. I think there's been like 3 series of those already, or maybe even 4.
Yeah, I have like 12
those
Pikachus. Yeah, I have like 12 Pikachus, all in scale with 6-inch figures, and like.
Thankfully, if there's one character you don't have to worry about, it's Pikachu. The rest of them, would be cool to get different option parts and stuff like that. If hopefully we get a Misty and a Brock, man, I could only dream of getting a fucking Onyx. I would piss myself.
Yeah.
That's gonna be dope. Honestly,
That would be.
They need to redo Mewtwo.
Really though.
Yeah, another Mewtwo would be good too. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. We go. If they put a Gyarados on that Shenron body, I'd lose it.
Oh man, Gyarados! My God, Gyarados!
There we go.
Only thing we need is just Gen 1. They can entirely skip over Gen 2. Like only original 150. Only original. That Gen 2 is straight trash. But yeah, I mean, I guess we're done. So if you want to do the sign-offs.
Real quick, just a lot going on. Like they mentioned, the final round of the A.C.B.A. World Championship Tournament 2016-2017 is kicking off this evening. All entries are due by 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. If you are late, you will be docked, but you actually have into 11:59 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow, Monday, March 6th, 2017, to post a late entry. Anything after that, then you're just totally disqualified. There's no point in you posting. So look out for that. Will be plenty of links and promotion for that for you to actually view the entries, just for you to look at that. Right now, the X-Men Warlock Build-A-Figure Wave is on pre-order on the A.C.B.A. website right now. I think that we should be getting those in very soon, I'm hoping. So you don't have to pay right away for your pre-order. You just basically reserving your case, and you'll be prompted to pay once we have them and they're ready to ship, basically. So there's that. And I guess that's it. Follow the A.C.B.A. Instagram at Articulated Comic Book Art. Like us on Facebook. There's a fan page and the group, and join the group and come hang out with us. And that's that. And I have a ton of content to still put up on my channel as far as reviews and all of that. I'll be breaking out the extreme sets pop up of the subway station in the next 48 hours. As soon as this ends, the review for Polaris will be up. I got a review for Joker, a bunch of shit. All right. So thanks for tuning in, and that's it for me. Anybody?
Pancho?
I'll go. Most exciting news for me is I started up posing Uneasy again.
Woo!
It's been super long since I've done that, and I've started doing it again. I have 2 episodes out already, and then I'm working on the 3rd one right now. You can find all that stuff on my YouTube channel, Pancheezy Games, Pancheezy. Just search Pancheezy, and I'm sure it'll pop up. But
by the way, it's Panchesi.
Yeah, by the way, it's Panchesi. But I'm super stoked on that. I got a bunch of Toy Fair stuff coming up as well. I'm not really sure I'm going to distribute all that on my personal channel. If it's going to be on Posing and Easier, if it's going to have some of its own videos, it's all up in the air right now. But yeah, that's basically it. Just keep an eye on my Instagram. It's basically all Switch shit right now. But if I do anything else on social media, it's going to be through my Instagram, and that's Pancheezy as well. And that's it.
Cool. All right. Emiya?
Emiya, sign us both out.
What happened?
Sign us both out.
Okay. I am Emiya Starlock. I am with the JPIA. Along here with Rick Dom. I am working on an awesome film project right now. Very exciting. More of a mature nature. Details to be coming soon.
Jesus Christ.
Let's just say it will open your path to enlightenment. It is something that's going to be just going to change the world when it comes out. Seriously. It's incredible. And in fact, some members of the A.C.B.A are going to be in these movies. You guys are going to love it. Anyways, look out for that. I have some Toy Fair content which is coming up, mostly of the Japanese toy variety. I did do some US stuff by request. All that stuff will probably start going up this week. I do apologize. I decided to do a lot of editing on particularly one video, and it ended up taking longer than I thought. So that's what's happening. If you do want to see it, it will be in the Import in Action channel on YouTube. That's Import in Action. I am Starlock on Instagram, and my friend here, Rick Dom 2345 on Instagram. So yes, he will be there. And look out for my awesome film movies. Of the mature nature. Buddha Trilogy hashtag. Hashtag Buddha Trilogy.
Oh yes.
So much
Yo,
enthusiasm.
you're a retard. Yo, Emiya, man, as always, it was great seeing you in New York last week or whenever Toy Fair was.
I love the Boog. You know what? Just because, you know this, we're gonna have Boog in the movie too. He may not be in the more adult nature parts, but he's gonna be in the movie.
Just a friendly face to say hello.
Get him in.
Just a Stanley-esque cameo, huh?
Yeah, exactly. You guys are gonna love it. Buddha Trilogy. Buddha Trilogy coming soon.
All right, we got one more.
You guys know how to find me. ENDTERNET.
On Instagram and
Twitter.
Yeah, it
At
was
your mama's house.
a solid show. Hopefully, we'll be back consistently next week for episode 50. I guess we gotta try to do something a little. I guess we gotta do something a little special, maybe.
Well, we gotta do 5 people on the panel, and each person has to order in strippers, and we all live stream it. So it's like we got 50 strippers.
That's an excellent idea, actually. And then that will be the end of everybody's YouTube career.
Really?
It'll be out with a bang.
We'll be done. All right, y'all. So next week, we out of here. It was good chatting with y'all.
Buddha Trilogy.
Good Lord.